morning, Joe.
Hey! Good morning, everybody. Moon, if you would unplug this over here. Let me just do a little,
We are.
little maintenance here.
We are
IT
live.
work.
Live in a trash can.
No, we're good. Plug it in.
That's cool.
It might as well be raccoons running this show right now.
To count to 10.
That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, now we're working. All right. Thank you, Moon.
You're welcome, dude.
Yeah, IT the crap out of that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. That's
I
why I
had
sit so
a-
close to
Just
you.
blow into it.
I had a frozen screen, and that's not good. That's
Is it
not
all-
good on a Monday morning.
No, it is not. I couldn't check into my email this morning.
Moon, IT'd the hell out of that, man.
Yeah,
Way to
man.
go, buddy.
You ever seen something so
Hero.
efficient?
I've never seen an IT guy in a cowboy hat, but now I have.
Well, down in Texas.
Yeah.
Right.
T stands for
Down
Texas.
in Texas, they all wear.
Do they?
All the IT guys wear
You need
12-gallon
IT.
hats.
12 gallons, huh?
You
Is
need
that
IT.
1 gallon? What is it?
That's a
12
10
gallons.
gallon.
Oh, it is?
Alright.
I don't know how. I don't know the rules.
I'll
all
ride right on over there in no
The
time.
cowboy rules.
That's an open road.
Now, down in Texas, all the IT guys wear cowboy hats and bandoliers, which
Hell
is
yeah.
pens. Instead of bullets, just pens.
They try your password 3 times and they shoot your computer.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This is the
Have
way.
you tried restarting it?
That ought to clear things up.
I'd love to take a gun to my computer, like once a week,
Dang.
Ouch.
just to be real.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? Yeah? Have you tried shooting it?
Boom, problem fixed.
There you go.
IT'd.
Are you a licensed computer shooter? You ain't no computer shooter like
It's
I'm a
an
computer
IT
shooter.
stands for internal tactical. That's
Listen, guys. Isn't it weird that Thanksgiving is later this year?
Like in 2 weeks, you mean?
Yeah, like I feel like it should be this week.
It's for dang ever ago. It's for sure, man. Like it is too far
Is
away.
this the latest that Thanksgiving could be? I think it is.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
think technically it is the latest that Thanksgiving could be in the month.
I keep mixing it up. We had a private party we played
It's
this
Thursday,
this
right?
weekend, and I thought I was flying to Jersey this next
Yeah.
weekend. And my wife's like, "No, man, you got a whole nother week."
Let's test your
Like,
theory.
Jeez, it's the longest year ever.
They're doing Thanksgiving this year on Thursday, right?
They always do it on the
Oh.
Thursday. Come on.
I'll have to let you know.
It could be one day later.
Oh, it could be.
November 1st was a Friday, so it's the 4th Thursday in Thanksgiving. Or no, you're right. It is the latest it could be.
Well, I don't like it.
I don't like calendar math. This
Because
early
the
in the
first,
morning.
the
like
first Thursday was the 7th, which is why it's the 28th. It's always the 4th. The Thursday was the latest. The first Thursday of November was the latest it could be in the month.
I feel like this weekend was such a disjointed mess for me
Yeah.
that I feel like I coulda used a 3-day week. It's fine.
Well, we are in a new planetary cycle as Pluto. I
That
believe
has
is
nothing
now
to do
in
with
retro. Dude, it does for the next 20 years. As of yesterday, new cycle, and we will never be the same. And we are living in the age of Aquarius.
Okay.
I heard a
All right. I was going to tell you how disappointed I was with the Logan Paul Tyson fight. Oh, Jake Paul, I'm sorry. Logan's the wrestler. Jake Paul's the fighter. Sorry. My
Soon to be
apologies.
fight.
Oh, you think Logan Paul's going to fight him now?
Yeah, like they.
Oh,
I heard that Logan Paul's going to beat up Jimmy Carter now,
it's Jake Paul.
or whatever.
Jake Paul's the fighter. Logan Paul's the wrestler. Let's get our Paul straight.
I was watching the fight, you guys.
Oh,
Fight Paul Pelosi.
Yeah.
well, we'll get into that in a second because I have thoughts. Not great thoughts. I'm disappointed not just in the whole fight itself. Mm-hmm. I'm disappointed more in myself.
Let's hear this.
For being excited.
I bought the hype.
You bought the hot dog,
I bought the hype.
cart, everything.
Me
I
too.
bought the hype.
As soon as Netflix and everything
the
else
hype.
was starting to freeze,
I'm an
I was
idiot.
like, what am I doing?
I'm an idiot.
I was like, I know better.
I bought the hype.
I tried
I
to
know
warn you.
better. To be fair,
The hype machine.
there was 2
Got
fights
me.
in there that were kind of fun to watch.
The chicks who fought
they
before
were
were
great.
great.
Yeah, they were amazing.
Yeah.
The 2 women who fought before the Tyson Paul
Both,
piece
su-
of
That's
both
garbage.
suspended, by the way.
they both were suspended.
They've been both suspended, I
What?
believe. I
For
think
what?
it's 30 days.
Oh, that's a
For hitting?
freaking clickbait article, dude.
Which is, yeah. Well, but
It's just a normal rest.
well, the
Everyone's
normal
suspended
rest
for-
is a week, and they extended it on this one because of the damage and the headbutting to 30 days.
Oh, the women.
Oh, okay.
I thought you meant-
yeah, the women.
I saw some clickbait article about Jake and Tyson both being suspended, and it's just.
Oh no, the women before. Did you watch the? Well, you had your thing on.
I had a
Friday
lot
night.
going on, but I went back and watched a little bit of it.
Did it buffer when you were
let me
rewatching?
just get into it, okay? I might as well just start.
Let's go.
I was so mad on Friday night. I was so upset. I cannot tell you how disappointed I was with the whole
The
thing.
whole thing. Did you restart your internet twice like we did?
Okay, well, I just had like a couple friends over. Nothing like it was going to be in the summer. Like, remember before the fight got postponed in the summer, I was going to get a hot dog cart, maybe a food truck. I was going to get a big screen for outside. Everybody was going to come over.
Yes.
Thank God you
I had
did
like
do that.
50, 60 people like ready to come over. And then, the post moment, come to find out Tyson so he says, was in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, he said something like, I lost half my blood.
Oh,
He almost died
back
in
in
June.
June.
8 blood transfusions, lost half my blood, 25 pounds in the hospital. Had to fight to get healthy. So nobody knew really how bad it was. And this is, again, according to Mike Tyson.
they should have filmed that and put that on Netflix.
They probably did.
Yeah, what was that injury? And obviously they couldn't tell us until afterwards because none of us would have tuned in.
Oh, I mean, we were watching Tyson train. We're like, he's a killer. Remember, I'm a natural born killer.
He looked good earlier this year. You got to admit that. He was moving. Like, whatever legs he brought on Friday were not the same legs from 9 months ago.
Dude.
So instead of the whole big thing, I had just a handful of people over. And my son had, a whole bunch of teenagers in the basement. They had the basement. There were maybe like 6 of us upstairs. Okay, had dinner, sat, watched the fights, the preliminary ones. Okay, the women fighting were great.
The Barrios Ramos one was
That
pretty
was great, too.
decent,
The 2 Latin guys before were great.
I don't know if they're Latin or not.
Whatever.
I'm just,
Canadian.
They didn't look Canadian. They looked 2 Latin guys. Okay, I don't know. They looked. It was a good fight.
I'm just messing with you, man.
It was a good fight. The women's match was excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, dude.
Excellent.
It was so brutal. Like, my wife and one of the girls was like, they were covering their face going,
Oh,
no,
us too.
no,
That was my wife.
oh my God.
Anytime they showed that cut over that one woman's eye,
Yeah.
was it Serrano?
Serrano, yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah, like,
Yeah, her third eye was blinking.
oh,
my
Her
wife,
third eye?
my wife was like, stop the fight.
Her whispering eye?
Yeah, her whispering.
oh, and I'm like, I looked around, and my buddy Dan and his wife were there, and my buddy, Doug and his wife Lori looking around. Everybody's kind of intently watching. I'm like, all right, man,
This is cool.
this is cool. And then all of a sudden, the Netflix starts to go. Like, it starts to freeze up.
It hadn't gone earlier. And
It was, but it wasn't enough.
It wasn't bothersome.
It wasn't bothersome. I was like, okay, maybe it's my internet.
yeah.
Maybe it's my internet. And then, we get up to, finally, the main event.
Yes.
And
It's 11:15.
it's late, and I'm already seeing people starting to yawn. I'm like,
Yeah.
just hang with it, guys.
My wife was so
We'll
mad.
hang with it.
She's like, dude, this was supposed to be an early night.
Right.
What are we doing?
Because I turned the fight on at 7. It started at 7.
I went to bed.
Did you?
I didn't stay up for
And
it.
I'm looking around, and I'm seeing, some heavy eyelids, and I'm like, hey, guys, here we are.
Hang in there.
Or you guys,
Mike Tyson's going to fight.
you guys in Airbnb watching the fight?
Yep. The
Yeah, you're
ladies
out in Herman.
The ladies left. The men stayed up.
Because everybody was psyched. Everybody
Yeah.
was pumped. The men were pumped.
Yeah, I was pumped too, and then I was like, I can't hang. I'm out.
Yeah, you'll figure out who won at the when you get up in the morning.
Exactly.
You made the right decision
Happy I did.
because that was a stinker all around.
And just as we're about to start the fight, then the Netflix problems really, really started getting bad. And then everybody's yelling at me, "Your internet sucks." I'm like, "It's not my internet."
Us too. Like, we're not a yelling household, and there was some yelling going on. I was just yelling in general.
I was
like,
being attacked.
I'm sure I said, I told you, Netflix sucks.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Netflix sucks. It was your internet sucks.
Well,
Right.
I know.
No.
After I reset the internet, at the request of the children, like, our internet is awful. Everybody's yelling at each other. I was like, I restarted it twice. And then, of course, it was proven to be Netflix. I was upset with Netflix. There was a lot of yelling in the
I
household.
went on Twitter to see what was up, And that's how we knew it wasn't just the internet.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and it was, all right, everybody get off the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we did too.
Everybody get off the Wi-Fi, everybody.
I'm so glad my wife
Save the bandwidth.
She peeked at that and told me that's what was going on.
Oh,
so I
good.
didn't even mess
Saved.
with
I
the
open up
internet.
social media and I go, everybody's complaining about it. It's not me.
Yeah,
It's not me.
us. It's not us.
These a-holes at Netflix. I was so frustrated. If I could have ripped the TV off the wall,
Yeah, like you know how many users you have.
Right.
you know this is going to be this is your thing. This
you
is
know
your
the
the biggest
anticipated-
live thing you're ever going to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is what you're trying to hang a hat on this thing. What are you doing?
Yeah, why not be ready before you even say you're going to do something like this?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't understand the technology of it, I'm sure, like how they do the bandwidth for this type of event.
It was so frustrating.
Screw you, Netflix.
It was so, and it would jump.
It's the worst.
It would jump.
It is.
It would stop, freeze up, and then get, I guess, back on track, and then jump 2 minutes.
Oh, you were jumping?
Oh, it was jumping.
We tried
It
to-
was going back.
We tried to intentionally be a little bit behind, hoping like it was a buffering issue of some sort, and just not be right up to date. And none of it worked. It was all
It was
garbage.
going back. It was going forward. It was so frustrating.
And then it was
And I would have
poor quality.
I was missing a couple pixels. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I was missing some pixels.
Tyson looked shorter and then taller.
Well, the only clear shot was his bare ass that was on.
Oh, my
that
God,
was
I loved
clear
it.
as day.
I loved that he was doing that interview bare-assed, and when he turned around to walk away, we just got to see
So
full
funny.
Tyson ass.
I can't wait for Lauren to
Full-
have that squishy toy.
I know. I was
Tyson ass.
squishy Tyson ass toy.
That's
Full
the
Tyson ass, and that's where a lot of people's screens froze too.
that's the cover of the next Mike Tyson Punch Out.
That should be the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Mike Tyson's butt out.
No, my ass.
Mike Tyson, that's out.
So an estimated 60 million people tuned in to watch the fight, or at least tried to, but for many, the entire thing was ruined by the freezing and the buffering. Hashtags like Netflix broken, unwatchable, buffering, all trending on Friday night. But again, for all its faults, at least this fight left us with the lasting image of Mike Tyson's bare ass as he walked away from the pre-fight interview. And you could almost forgive the buffering and the freezing if the fight was good. But the fight was atrocious. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was awful. It sucked. Oh,
And we were all
God.
looking so forward to it. Like, it was the hype, but also we needed something to, like,
I
be
put
entertained
money
by.
on at least Tyson knocking him down once.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's why you're mad.
okay.
Idiot.
That'd be
No,
good.
I was no.
Sucker.
I just wanted, for Mike Tyson, I just thought it'd be so cool if he came out.
Yeah, me too.
I guess the first 30 seconds he was pretty solid, and then all of a sudden it just went.
No.
Dude, it
slow
was his
motion.
legs.
Jake Paul comes out with in the car and
His
he-
wallet.
and, the Phil Collins song, and I'm like, oh, this showboater. Tyson comes out just wearing a black hoodie
Which is cool.
by
yeah.
himself. I'm like,
Well, it looked like he had no
Like, ooh,
entourage.
boy.
And then when the camera unfroze for me, I was like, whoa, there's like 30 people behind him suddenly.
I was like, I got the chills. I was like, oh, here we go. I'm like, this is the Mike. And then you saw him walk, and like, ooh,
Yeah, dude, Dick Van Dyke's moving faster.
I was like, something's off. He had the brace on his knee. I'm like, ooh, my God, it's gonna be fine. Again, I just the day before watched the 38-minute compilation of all 44 knockouts.
Has this ever happened before with a younger guy and an older guy boxing like this?
I don't remember a fight this big
Right.
between such an age gap. I mean, yes, the man's almost 60 years old.
Only in that Claymation MTV show we used to watch.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah,
He
that's
should
it.
lose. He should lose.
And he did.
And he did. And it wasn't even close.
But it should have been a show, and without his legs, it just wasn't a show. And I swear, dude, like that's what everybody was looking at in all those training videos a year ago when they first started hyping this. Is like, dang, he can still move for a 58-year.
Right.
I mean, he's got the power. We all know he's going to have the power.
And of course, they only put out what they wanted us to see as far as the training goes.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but I gotta say that if you're telling me that he lost 25 pounds in the hospital in this summer in June, I mean, all of his training getting back was probably just bulking back up and getting weight back on. That's not good for the legs. I mean, your legs are gonna go first.
Do I think the fix was in on this? I don't think this was a real fight. I think it was.
Yeah, man.
Tyson got 20 mil. Jake Paul got 40 mil. I read somewhere after the fight that if Tyson lasted the entire thing, he would have gotten, he got more money. I don't know. It was 2-minute rounds.
Really? I feel like we would feel like that if this had happened differently. Like if the 58-year-old beat the 25-year-old or however old he is.
Oh, that's what everybody wanted.
Tyson landed only 18 of 96 punches.
I feel like 40.
Think about that. Let's just
97
zoom
punches.
in on that for a second. 8 rounds, 96 punches. He threw 12 punches a round. The fix is in, my man. I don't care about your legs. Mike, his wallet is what he was thinking about. There had to be some. There's no way, even in terrible shape. 2 flurries around. Just dance for the first minute, which is what they did. Jake threw some, he landed 78 out of 278 punches, dude. He threw 300 punches and landed 78. The hit rate, Tyson landed 18%. Jake Paul landed 20-some-odd percent. That is atrocious. That is bad boxing.
It was bad boxing.
And there's so many
bad
times that Mike, he would swing and miss. Tyson would duck him because you could see he still had
and
the
he could throw it.
reflexes. He'd duck him, but he wouldn't finish.
He wouldn't throw anything.
He would bite his boxing gloves and back off.
Yeah.
He was under. You could anybody with a discerning eye and is being honest with themselves. That dude was like, "Hey, don't knock this kid out. Make it look good. This is a sparring match. Go 8 rounds. He wins by decision. You get 20 minutes."
As the fight was going on and the whole Netflix issue was going on, and I'm sitting in a seat and I'm seeing my guest frustrated, and I'm balling up my fists.
Yeah.
I'm so pissed off. I am so mad.
Terrible.
One of the kids was like, "This is boring," and I go, "Get out. Get out. Get out of this room. Leave this room right now. Leave."
It was a joke.
Away with you.
One of the kids went, "This is boring." Like, I didn't know that. I didn't need to hear it
I agree.
from a teenager. Get out. I agree, but I didn't want to.
Did you guys have this feeling? I swore I could feel the entire country, maybe the entire world, after about 40 seconds of the first round, go, "Oh no." It was like
The despair.
Yeah, it was like I wanted to see a fight, or I wanted to see Tyson knock this kid out, but then after 40 seconds you just go, "Oh no, what are we doing?" Like, I felt like we all felt shame on ourselves for
suckered.
watching this old guy, and it was just from his movement when he was walking. And like I said, Dick Van Dyke is moving better, and he's 98 or whatever the heck he is.
Right.
Once you saw him move, it was like oh man, why did we put this old man in here? I felt like we put a gladiator in to die by tiger, and then we felt bad about it.
Dude, this was
Here we go. Before Dylan's on the instant feedback saying, "Love y'all, but none of y'all are fighters. Please shut up on saying there's a fix because Tyson didn't swing. If you don't understand, it's hard to explain, but you sound dumb. Please stop."
Oh, thank
please,
you.
and Dylan, please
It's a
send me
Jeep
a
thing?
video of your professional fights, Dylan.
It's
I'd
a
love to
fight
see
thing
them.
you wouldn't understand.
It's a fight thing. No, I'm not. I can't see anything. I'm blind.
I'm blind.
I'm telling
guys
you
don't-
what I'm seeing, Dylan. I'm not coming to you from the point of a trainer.
Yeah. Dylan,
or a
thanks for
boxer.
taking time off of your cage fighting training to watch our show on YouTube.
Stop
Well-
it, Dylan. I'm just telling you what I was seeing.
Well, also, did you see the thing where Jake Paul, whenever he got knocked pretty good in the face, he did the tongue thing? And they're saying that was for Tyson
you
to
do the
slow
tongue
down
thing?
and back off a little bit.
Can you do an example of what you're talking about?
I saw that too. Listen,
Speaking of-
I'm sorry, Dylan. I didn't mean to go off on you. My apologies,
That
Dylan. I
is
was very.
awesome.
We're
Let
still
me just-
upset.
Let me just apologize to Dylan. real
Okay,
quick.
I don't take your
I don't
want
wanna
to
take it out on
scapegoat,
Dylan.
okay? This is not his fault.
Dylan, you were the kid that walked upstairs and said, "This is
Dylan.
boring."
You son of a bitch.
I just don't want to hear it. Okay.
Hey, speaking of using my eyes, who
Well-
knew that Rosie Perez was gonna
was gonna
look
bring that
the
up,
same as she did in
Hot-ass
1995?
Rosie Perez.
Holy smokes!
I didn't need Rosie Perez as the
She's
commentator.
so tiny.
Oh, really?
Wait, she was on the board there? She was on the commentator?
Yeah, the whole 4 hours.
She was.
I'm sorry. I didn't see that.
She was sitting ringside doing the fight.
Yeah, talking
For
about the
real.
punches. I can't even do her.
It's the
her
queen.
accent.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I loved her, and it could happen to
What a
you.
wonderful
She's
white men
so
can't jump
bitchy in that
reference.
movie. She looks great.
That's what I'm saying. She looks the same she did in 1995. It's ridiculous.
God. And I'm disappointed in me, Scott Rizzuto, who bought into the hype.
Yeah.
Jake Paul, you got me. You bum. You got me.
You're knocked out.
Never
too.
again.
You bum.
Never again. I'm not falling for it again.
We're going to watch his next deal. He's supposed to do a home run derby against Babe Ruth, which is pretty cool. I saw that online.
Who's a really old
Those are the best
baseball player?
Those are the best memes. It was like this just in. Jake Paul has
Is Roy Campanella still alive?
is against Jimmy Carter.
It's got to be somebody. It's got to be somebody alive. Who's like an elderly?
Yeah.
Who's still alive? That's Johnny Bench. Yeah, home run derby against Johnny Bench. I bought into the hype, and I hate myself for it. I had a thing where I wanted it to be 1988 again.
Yeah, they knew how to do it, man. They got Tyson because we were all young enough or old enough to see all the heyday Tyson stuff, and we'd come back for it. We did it. I sunk to that level, and I took the bait, and I'm ashamed of myself.
I took the bait. I took the bait. And I'm an idiot.
You got me.
Somebody who does know what he's talking about, former heavyweight champ, and this guy knows what he's talking about. Evander Holyfield, so the fight wasn't a good one. Basketball legend Magic Johnson
They don't know.
tweeted that he found the bout so, quote, sad, and that he turned off his TV.
Well, Magic Johnson doesn't know fighting.
This
He ain't a
fight
fighter.
tonight was
Should've
not
called
great
Dylan.
for boxing. And just the cheese ball moment at the end when there was like 10 seconds left.
Oh yeah.
And then and Jake Paul bowed to him. Get the hell out of here. Come on, man. It's the
What?
icing on the cake for
Guys, this is a show.
cheese.
The last 15 seconds, no one throws a punch. How annoying was that? That was the most insulting. Why didn't you just kick me in the nuts while I'm
Insulted
down?
all of us. Here's what the ending sounded like. Imagine paying a lot of money and going to that fight.
Oof.
Imagine paying a ton of money and buying a ticket to go sit close.
Did you have that feeling though? Like you felt bad, like after you saw him
No.
move and you realized I was an old.
I did not feel bad for him at all.
No, I felt bad for us
I felt bad for me.
that we were okay putting this guy in there.
He got 20 mil. I don't feel bad about that at all.
Dude,
I don't feel bad about that at all.
Like if if I had a grandpa, I would love to go snowboarding with him. But as soon as I put him in a boots and see him slide down an icy hill, I'd be like, oh God, what? I'm so selfish.
No, he got 20 mil. I don't
I'm
feel
gonna
bad
hurt Grandpa.
in the least. I feel bad for me.
Yeah.
7 states, Dylan, boxing commissioners. I don't know if they're not fighters either, so I guess they don't. 7 states wouldn't even let you bet on this fight because they're like, this is not real.
Wow.
It is purely entertainment. There is no boxing commissioner in good conscience should be allowed to let people bet in their state. Like New York couldn't bet, Colorado. There were 7 states. I mean, one of the commissioners said, I don't see how this serves the sport's interests. It's clearly entertainment, which is fine. But there's mitigating circumstances with inactivity, the age, and all the things that make this match more problematic than any I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I didn't bet on the win or the loss. I bet on, it was a couple prop bets, like punches thrown and
That's like betting on whether
knockdowns.
The Undertaker will do 3 tombstone pile drivers in a match. You could probably bet on that. That don't make it real.
Here's the call at the end of the fight.
Judge David Yakubuchi sees the...
Who's this guy, by the way?
Oh yeah, dude.
That's Dale Buffer.
I don't know what it is, but there was something about the tone of his voice where everybody in the room was like, "Can this guy just stop throwing words in the microphone? Just let something else happen."
I didn't love the tone of his voice. I didn't like his hair.
What was his hair
I don't
like?
remember his hair. It was just
I didn't like
a
the whole
wiffle?
thing.
he just looked like a tall salesman, right?
Oh,
That guy.
He looked like, and this, he may be an accomplished announcer. I don't know who he is.
I'm sure he is. If he
He
had to
looked
fight.
like he was somebody at Netflix's, their higher up, like a brother.
yeah.
Hey, Jim's got a good voice. He's always wanted to do this.
Just let him do it.
I feel like it was an oversight. Like, oh my God, we've got to get an announcer.
Right.
Whoops.
Judge David Yakubuchi sees the contest 80-72, while judges Lawrence Cole and Jesse Reyes see it 79-73, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Jake El Gallo Paul.
What
How you
is
going to be
El-
from Michigan and have a Mexican have a Spanish?
I think he's Puerto Rican.
No, he just bought a house there and trains there next to his pool. You tell me
Sure?
Jake Paul is from Puerto Rico?
I think he may have been born in Puerto
Yeah.
Rico. You may want to look that up.
No, see what
No,
I
he bought a property.
No, he
down there,
bought a
right?
property down
To
there
hide
and
his-
trains out of Puerto Rico. I'm sure
Yeah.
it's like a
Oh,
tax
okay.
shelter.
Yeah, it's a tax shelter.
Oh, because it said Puerto Rico. I don't know.
No, that's because he literally has a giant ass
What
house
does
there.
El Gallo mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, man, this is so cute that you've
The
been down there
guy.
for 8
The
months.
guy?
The El Gallo?
Jake,
Yes, that's the guy.
El Gallo
It's the
means
fighting rooster. That's why he had the rooster hat.
Ah,
on.
yes.
I didn't know you're bilingual.
Here's the thing.
Why?
Man, it was so sad on both parts because I saw other people being like, honestly, dude, Jake Paul was holding back. You could see a couple times ago. Yeah, they both were because it was a fake fight. Tyson couldn't hit him, so he couldn't just wail on the guy the whole time. He did understand the assignment, though. Don't knock out the 60-year-old guy and make yourself so unlikable
Yeah, he'd be a
that
villain.
you're no longer a bankable star. He's like, just go the distance, win by a crazy scorecard. That's a unanimous. Those points were so far apart. It's not even debatable. He won by like 7 or 8 points on each judge's card.
he landed 18 punches in 8 rounds.
Right.
Wild.
Both of them just. It was a glorified sparring match, and people bet on it and lost money, lost tons of money, millions of dollars.
The
were
big
lost.
the big loser here is honestly Netflix. Damn, you guys dropped the ball. Well, they have.
We'll forget. We always do. We'll forget
They've
8
got-
days from now.
They got a game.
They
coming
got a
up.
Christmas Day game
Yeah, we'll
For-
forget.
for football.
What were the numbers, by the way? And by the way,
60 mil.
that's what Netflix says. They're
60
all,
mil set is
they get to say
their
whatever they
number.
want.
Buffering issues were reported more than 88,000 times on that down detector site, but that's people self-reporting. So they have an NFL Christmas Day doubleheader on Netflix. Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens, Titans.
And Beyonce. She's playing the halftime show.
Whoa, that's awesome. On Christmas?
Yeah, which game is she doing? The Ravens Titans game,
I believe so.
I think. Yeah, Chiefs Steelers game is going to be a good game too. Netflix, you better get it together because you blew it. Oh, you blew it. You suck. Damn it, you suck.
I also feel bad. Like, imagine being the fighters on that undercard that beat the living hell out of each other and gave it their all and made pennies on the dollar of what Jake Paul and Mike Tyson got paid for that fight. That's a travesty, man. That's a shame.
I do think those two women that fought before will be stars as far as
They will
boxing.
be.
As far as
Aren't
the
they
boxing
already?
world goes, I mean, I'd never heard of them before, but I don't know really. I'm no Dylan that knows a lot about boxing.
That's true.
I'm no
But-
Dylan.
Dylan, spit hot fire.
But I'll now pay attention to those two.
Cool.
That was a great fight.
Well,
So
good.
I hated it. I hated every second of it, and it was sad to see. And I'm more upset with myself
Me too.
for getting caught up in the hype.
Me too.
I texted my brother the next day. You know, we were both boxing fans when we were younger, and he goes, "Yeah, we were suckered, man. Bought into it. Shame.
It is a shame.
It's a shame." Well, that was Friday night at my house. Rave Friday night opened up for Patton Oswalt and Tig Notaro over at Stiefel.
So
Yeah,
awesome.
Part of the Flyover Comedy Fest.
Good.
Is that the biggest crowd you've ever been in front of?
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. Top 3, maybe top experience of my comedy live career. Pretty cool.
Sold out show.
Sold out show, great crowd. They have a smart comedy audience. They're there for comedy. It's nice.
Little write up in the Post Dispatch about the show. Moon, I don't know if you heard this or not, but there was an incident over at that at that comedy show.
Incidents are always good.
Probably
right?
more exciting than the fight.
For sure.
I'm guaranteeing it, unless it was buffering.
I'll just start with this.
There was some buffering.
So, headline: Patton Oswalt and Tig Notaro bring laughs to sold-out St. Louis show. Tear-inducing laughter came to an abrupt halt. You know, I'm going to skip that because I'll save that part of it. I'll just start with this. Oswalt and Notaro performed on November 15th at Stiefel Theater during Night 2 of the Flyover Comedy Festival. The pair never co-headlined a show, though they were both featured on a 2018 Employee of the Month podcast episode. Okay, whatever that is. This is a signature move for Flyover Festival. Organizers bring unconventional comedy acts together on stage. Oswalt and Notaro turned out to be a perfect match, both serving up reality-based comedy sets inspired by their families and life experiences. The show kicked off on a high note after a brief opening set from host Kari Assad and St. Louis-based comedian Rafe Williams.
Yeah.
That's you.
That's me.
53-year-old Notaro hit the stage at 8:30, dressed in a red and black flannel shirt and dark jeans. Notaro welcomed guests to the, quote, gay part of the show, as the song Get Ready for This by 2 Unlimited blared from the speakers. Unfortunately, the laughter was short-lived. Just 16 minutes after hitting the stage, gagging and gurgling sounds could be heard coming from the left side of the theater.
The gurgler.
Gagging and gurgling sounds. The noise slowly got louder, causing Notaro to stop her performance. After audience members informed the comedian that a woman was sick, the house lights came on. Notaro began calling out for any doctors in the crowd to come forward.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Now, did you hear the gagging and gurgling, Rafe?
Oh, yeah.
Is there
where
a
were you
doctor
at
in
this
the house?
point?
I was standing stage right behind the curtain. I mean, I'd just come off. She went on. I brought Tig on, and I was standing there with Pat Oswalt and Kari Assad, and we were just watching and listening. And I mean, it was third row, third or fourth. I mean, it was close to the stage.
That close to the stage.
Highly audible.
And the Stiefel's got great acoustics.
Yeah, I loved it.
So it's not like a band is playing. It's somebody with a microphone using their voice. And if there's a moment of silence on stage, the gagging and gurgling will be echoing
Yeah.
throughout the theater.
Bruh.
So this was somebody vomiting loudly, I'm assuming? This wasn't a...
This was like a Stand By Me vomit.
What does that mean?
The pie eating contest in Stand By Me, where
Oh,
the kid
wow.
named Wide Load starts throwing up all over everybody. It was that kind of like, it was aggressive vomiting.
Aggressive vomiting.
How embarrassing for this woman.
You'd think.
It's probably the
What
last
was
thing
the
she wants
age
to be
of
dealing
this
with.
person?
Do you want me to get into who the person was?
Do we know this person?
Because I was observing as we shut down for 30
Is this somebody we
minutes.
will know?
So here's what happened. No, but it was the most St. Louis. It was the most amalgam of all of St. Louis that could have arrived
Well,
at this show.
here's what in the article.
Okay.
It says Notaro exited the stage as the audience attempted to help the sick young woman before safety and medical personnel arrived. According to guests, the woman staggered a bit and began vomiting down row F.
Out of all of the rows, this is the
I don't
one.
know why. It's funny that they're specific about what row it was.
Row F. Good seats.
Well, those would be cheaper seats from here on out.
It's sixth row.
Dang.
When the paramedics arrived, they escorted her out of the theater in a wheelchair, summoning applause from the audience as a theater worker cleaned up the puke. So
I would love that if you're
my gosh.
vomiting and it's like this whole scene and then everybody applauds. as you're getting out.
They're applauding her being removed.
Yeah, get her
and that's
out
what
of
I'm going to
here.
ask. So what happened?
So this lady starts gagging, gurgling, and throwing up everywhere. And at first, Tig Notaro's in the middle of a gay joke. And you just hear like, yeah. And she's like, I'm going to choose to not see that as homophobic, but I just brought up being gay. And then she kept going, and she goes, okay, hold on. I think we might be having a real medical emergency. Is there a doctor in the house? 8 people pop up. Don't know if they're all doctors, but 8 people.
Right on.
Go tend to this woman. House lights come up. Very bright. She's in the front row. She's dressed like she's going to Mardi Gras. This woman couldn't have been more St. Louis, dude. She's got a houndstooth skirt pulled up to her jugs, some kind of big green and white checkered shirt on.
And a Blue City Deli bumper sticker.
Well, no, she had on like it almost looked like one of those gesture hats for Mardi Gras, but it was like a big poofy Parisian beret that was green and white checkered.
Oh, my. Sounds like the Joker.
She was the gurgler. Turns out, first everyone's worried about her. Then it becomes clear she was completely intoxicated.
So that was
throws up all over 3 people in seats.
Well, yeah, they're close together, you know. The row E is probably like, what the hell?
Hey,
good seats.
It's just alcohol. It's just alcohol. Nobody's sick. It's just alcohol.
Yeah, that is one silver lining.
You're so excited.
So St. Louis.
You're so excited you're going to go see your favorite comic.
Right.
She was dressed as Soulard.
I'm so grateful this did not happen during your set. Can I just say that? I don't know how that would have been.
Hilarious.
I mean...
Well, we're going to get to this.
Okay.
Well,
It may have started during
hey, honey, I got tickets for your favorite comic, Tig Notaro, coming to Stiefel.
Oh, thank you.
We got tickets, row E.
You're the best!
Oh, my God. Row E, we're so close.
We're not going to be able to go see your
partying.
parents at Christmas. It's going to be worth it. You know what? Wear your best suede coat.
Done.
We'll go out to dinner after.
Dude. Crazy. This lady was dressed like Soulard, which is hilarious. So Patton doesn't want to poke his head out around the curtain, and he's like, Rafe, see what's going on out there, man. Tig walks off stage, and she goes, I think we're just going to, she's like out there trying to figure out how to handle it.
Yeah.
And she goes, I think we're just going to take a beat, everybody. And she just kind of slowly walks off stage. So now there's a 30-minute break because this lady throws up and now refuses to leave.
Oh, great.
She's
perfect.
like, I'm fine.
I'm sober
I
now.
feel fine now. I paid for my ticket. So it became like she's combative, doesn't want to leave. EMTs, she's combative with them, won't leave. Cops come. Finally,
Oh, nice.
Finally get her, like, ma'am, you have to leave. And then the staff is, like, putting chairs out as an extension of the front row to move everybody.
Because now they can't sit in the...
They're in a puke. They're trying to clean it up.
Oh.
Gosh.
They finally, and she's like, she keeps standing. I'm watching.
Guys, it's sawdust.
I'm watching her stand up and fall back down in her chair, and try to stand up and fall back down in her chair.
You have to leave.
It gets back to us that she's drunk. Because first they're like, how do we handle this? We're all pitching Tig jokes backstage. This becomes a comedian's pitch meeting. She's like, I've never had this happen in 28 years. What do I do? And we're pitching jokes, and they're like, poke your head around there, Rafe, and see what's going on. And they're having a conversation. Tig's like, whose fan do you think that is? Yours or mine? And in my head, I go, there's a strong possibility this is a Riz show person.
Yeah,
I ain't saying a
first
damn thing. I ain't saying nothing because I'm just like, they have no idea. I'm just like, I don't know, man. And she goes, do they have Birkenstocks? Or
Right. Get the
I don't see any
demographics.
Birkenstocks. She goes, are they wearing flannel? I go, no flannel. It's hard to tell. And Patton goes, can't be mine. I go, yeah, it's probably not your fan. I will say they are wearing a Ratatouille shirt. And he's like, oh, go after yourself. He started dying laughing. So then we're pitching, and I go, guys, she's got on a big floppy green beret, but can I be honest with you? I don't think she's a Green Beret. No Green Beret would act like that. And he starts dying laughing and singing the Green Beret song, like 100 men will pass today. So we're all, it became, for me, it was awesome because... One, St. Louis showed up and showed them who we really are. Congratulations.
Well, I'm glad you guys had a great time backstage.
Backstage, up front, people
Up
not
front,
having a great
not
time.
having a great time.
Backstage, now we know she's drunk, so now we know we can make fun of her.
Also, the fact that this woman threw up on people over seats and has
audacity.
The audacity to think she's staying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Clearly, you're still drunk.
To think she's staying and then fighting about it.
Right.
You're done.
She's the new Gallagher.
Dude,
You're done. Take your green beret and get the hell out of here.
yeah.
Is the Green Beret why you thought maybe they were a Riz Show listener, or?
Just the behavior.
I
It was just the most St. Louis person possible. And I'm like, this lady, just drunk, dressed like Soulard, throws up, and then thinks they are entitled to stay. Like, that's the most. But for me, I was like, it sucked. But Tig crushed it. She went back out and crushed the rest of her set. And then now this lady's like a point of reference for the show. Everybody's referencing it.
Yeah, they even said in the article.
Somebody knows this lady, by the way.
No, Patton Oswalt, he referenced, the vomiting throughout his set.
Yeah.
And Tig Notaro, and during, the rest of her set. So
They crushed it. So the lady gets in the wheelchair, finally gets escorted out. The entire place erupts in applause.
yeah, because she's holding everything up.
She's holding everything up.
Yeah, more disruptive than like a Cardinals streaker. Somebody jumping
Yeah.
on the field and all that.
Yeah, at least they get
That's
him right
gone
out.
in 3 minutes.
But for me, and I'm sure Moon's probably dealt with this in his career at some point, and learned too. You opened for pretty famous people. Sometimes it's like the interaction's pretty brief.
Yeah.
It's like you hype it up in your head, like, man, I get to meet Patton Oswalt and Tig Notaro tonight. But they're thinking about their stuff. Very nice. But when I first met Patton, he was just like, hey, man, thanks for having me. Can't wait to do it. And I go, hey, thanks for, we sent a bunch of tapes in. He picked my tape. I was like, hey, thank you for picking me to open for you. That means a lot to me. He goes, hey, dude, you're great. I can't wait to watch your set. See you out there. This was just a quick interaction. But now there's word back. We got a 30-minute. There's a comedian trauma bond pitch meeting happening. So for me personally, they'll always remember me as the guy who opened for them on the Puke Show.
On the
I
Puke
can
Show.
see them in L.A. and be like,
Incredible.
remember the Puke Show? And they're like,
You
they're
are.
always going to remember St. Louis.
Absolutely.
This is a stop for them. This is a 110 shows tour for Patton this year. He's never going to forget this show.
Yeah. Remember the Puke Show.
Because this lady took one for the team of St. Louis and came dressed as Spuds McKenzie and a Clydesdale, and puked all over 5 people.
Congratulations.
Very cool.
And it was just us pitching Tig jokes to do when she went back out and be like, should I go out? I go, dude, go out in mid-sentence and act like nothing happened.
So I think you
So
want to
what-
know who this woman is so you
Well,
can send her an edible arrangement.
No, I was just going to say, so what Rafe is saying to everyone out there is please come to his shows and throw up all over the place.
Only if I'm opening for somebody really big.
Right.
Not my show.
Not your
Please,
show.
make a scene. It makes it memorable.
Then someone sent me a message after the show on Facebook. They saw, Patton referred to her as the defiant vomiter, who
Yes.
she vomited and then was defiant about staying at the show.
Oswald described the audience member as a, quote, defiant vomiter who refused to leave.
That's my new handle on.
Here is an update, and thank you, Melissa M., for messaging me on Instagram. Hey, man, update on the St. Louis Defiant Vomiter. On our way to the parking garage after your show, several blocks from the theater, my fiance and I saw her strolling towards us on the sidewalk. Boobs fully out.
Yes.
Nips on display. Just as she passes us, she stumbles and falls, jugs first on the ground.
No.
Her friend,
Oh, man.
That's how you lose a nipple.
That is how you lose it. Oh.
You don't want to do that.
friend helps her up, and they were back on their way. She's still screaming about wanting to see the show.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she got in a car and went, see ya.
Just tell her she
God,
did
I
see
hope
the
so.
show.
Pops in. Beep, beep.
I hope her friends are
So her
real
party-
friends and just told her that she did see the show.
Yeah. Well, it seems like her party continued. Because, if they saw her after the show, Tig went back out and did probably 10 minutes. Because she was towards the end of her set. She didn't go out for much longer. It was like 7 to 10 minutes, and then Patton came on. He did an hour. So that lady was in the proximity of the theater for at least another hour and a half.
Well, I think St. Louis got itself a new sweetheart.
I think that's our new rally squirrel.
We need to know who this woman is.
Somebody knows, and I want to know.
I wonder what kind of alcohol she was drinking.
Oh,
What-
so many
what did it?
questions. That's
All
a
of
fire.
it.
That's a fireball.
You think?
You know what's crazy? Of all the shows, this is a good question, Learn. Because I was thinking about this. Flyover was in the Grove, except for Stiefel. That's 3 a.m. bar. That's kind
Right.
of a party part of town. we had like specials from Urban Chestnut. There were shot specials at some of the. If you'd have told me this happened anywhere else, I'd have been like, yeah, man, that's kind of the party. The theater show was never of any concern to me.
It's the theater. You get dressed up sometimes to go to the
Absolutely.
Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fancy.
especially Steve.
You have to wear a
theater-
beret to
the
get in
8
here.
o'clock theater show, the 10 o'clock show at Hot Java Room after everybody's been pounding it all night, and it's almost midnight.
You get it.
Yeah.
I'll forgive it a little bit.
You expect it.
I expect
You
it
almost expect it.
At least a little unruly. I had to throw a couple people out this weekend for being too drunk. It happens. But I never expected it at 8:30 on a Friday night at the Stiefel Theater.
Right.
How was the Sheldon show?
It was awesome. They sold out. Sklar Brothers sold out. They
Okay,
crushed.
I know they were worried. They were like, we got to sell the show out.
They did.
Good.
So when they were here on Friday.
Sold out Taggart, too. They sold out 2 shows.
And I love them so much, the Sklar Brothers.
Yeah, they were
I
great.
just wanted them to
Get what they want.
I wanted them to sell out, and thank God it happened. So
They
thank
did.
you, Racial listeners, for buying
The
the rest of those
festival,
tickets.
overall festival was awesome.
Great. Congratulations.
Best year ever. Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we want to know who the vomiter was.
Please tell me.
So you got to open up for 2 huge comedians at Stiefel, biggest crowd you've ever performed in front of.
Yeah, man. It was,
Honor of a lifetime.
yeah, it was awesome.
Moon got to play a house party for the first time.
Yeah, man.
With the Teenage Dirtbags in somebody's basement in De Pere.
Dude, did we switch bodies? Did we have like a Freaky Friday? We got struck by lightning, and you had to do the shows I'm normally doing.
It was a lot of fun. It was a
Some dude's birthday
It was
party,
a birthday party. Yeah, he's pretty connected in the scene. Like he knows a bunch of St. Louis bands, and this dude parties. Like he has had a bunch of parties at his house with bands. This is like a thing
Huge
that he
house?
does. No, not a huge house, but like a really nice house. It was cool. The basement was perfect. We brought sound, and it wasn't too loud,
This
wasn't too
guy's got to
quiet.
be single.
It was a good time. I don't know, man. I don't know if he's single or not, but it was a blast.
Sounded okay?
Sounded great. Yeah, man. It was a house
like
party.
putting drums and guitars in a basement.
Yeah, as long as it's not just concrete walls
Right.
and it was like a drop ceiling, and he had a real nice bar and all that, so people were just kind of chilling at the bar and having fun, going up and down stairs. If their favorite song came on, you saw them kind of rush down the stairs.
Oh, that's cool.
That
It
is
was fun.
People were into it.
Oh yeah. It was a good time,
Awesome.
and it's a fun time to kind of throw in some new songs that we haven't played before, just to kind of see how we feel about them. And all of them were hits, at least for us. And then people were like, "Dude, more grunge, more grungy stuff," which usually is not the call. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Usually
for a
you're
party.
like, "Can you do more Smash Mouth?"
Right.
Not more Bush, and can you do Tool? And we heard that
Well,
at this
I
party.
mean, unless you get a house full of 40-somethings,
Yeah, it was our vibe. It was our vibe
That's,
for sure.
I'd want to hear more grunge, too.
Yeah, it was a really good
Love the
time.
grunge.
Plus, you have the opportunity to be like, "Yo, anybody have any requests?" And they were shooting out songs that we've never played before, but we're like, "Oh man, I think it's in this key. Let's try it."
Cool.
And you can do anything at those kind of parties.
What'd you hide in the
It was fun.
ceiling?
I'm not going to tell you.
Now, you
gonna
hit
say.
something into the ceiling?
We have to. If it's a drop ceiling.
Oh, it drops. It took a couple tiles out.
Yeah, just
That's the best.
just see if he finds it. See if the birthday boy's sober enough to find something
Was
later.
there food served?
Oh man, I think there was, and we never got it because we were partying. We were downstairs.
All right, good. You got a good experience?
Yeah, it was a good weekend.
Lauren was out in Herman.
Yeah, I stayed at Herman Friday and Saturday nights with my girlfriend Abby, and we celebrated her birthday and met up with a couple of other couples. We stayed in the best Airbnb ever. It was great. It's called the Drayton in Herman. Look it up.
The Drayton.
The Drayton. I felt like I was on the set of Friends. It's just decorated so cute. And it was like this little apartment building where all of the apartments are essentially Airbnbs. And it was just safe and great, walkable, great parking.
On the winery tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
It was awesome. Went to all of them.
Couple hospitality rooms, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Very cool. Loved it. Got to walk by the burnt down antique place.
Yeah,
Very sad.
I saw you put a picture of that on.
Like the cash
your
register
social.
still stands. The old cash
Oh,
register.
yeah, this is
Did you
so
check it?
cute.
What's that?
Did you check it?
I tried to go in there, but they wouldn't let me. It's all blacked out. There's
It's a-
ash
yeah, it's
everywhere.
A bummer.
Yeah, it was sad.
That's a cool town, man.
I
Herman.
love
it is.
Herman. Yeah, it's great.
Herman's a
What
cool
if-
place.
Yeah, Drayton looks awesome.
What if you'd gone in that antique, burned out barn and found like one little doll that didn't burn? Like a little
Haunted.
haunted doll.
Yes.
That would have been awesome.
And
Would've
just
been
giggles every once in a while.
Yeah, terrifying.
Hey, back to the puker real quick. Somebody's got to have footage.
Right.
Somebody didn't take their phone out. You didn't have to turn your phones in before you sat in your seats, right? It wasn't one of those shows, right?
Not that I know of, but I.
You know, there's a lot of these comedy shows. You got to put your, phones in the bag. Mm-hmm. So nobody got video of the woman being taken out, or I want to see, please.
And don't you think Stiefel has cameras everywhere in there?
Yeah, but
Right.
we're more apt to get fan
Yeah, they're not
footage.
gonna
That's
post
true.
that stuff.
Legally,
They're not
I
going
guess
to put that.
they're
They're not
not
going to put that footage out. We'll get the.
We're media. Maybe they'll send it to us.
Nah. Now, you have a nice weekend, Scott?
Oh, it was incredible. Yeah. I had a great weekend. Saturday morning, I was in a basketball tournament
What?
and won. I played against myself. I got to go to the gym. No one else was there. It was awesome.
Basketball
And
tournament.
I won.
I was gonna
It
say,
was
man,
great.
you're the athlete of the show.
Yeah. And
you wear a
I got like
headband?
30. I think I made about 30% of my shots. So I was kind of like
Good.
Tyson. Yeah. It's good.
Good.
Do you wear a headband when you play? Or what do you do with that big hair?
Short shorts.
I put it up in a bun where I did have short shorts on.
Nice.
They help
High
you
socks.
fly through the air.
He's a short shorts
That's
and
so
New
cool.
Balance kind of guy.
Yeah.
Short shorts, high socks. What was that Will Ferrell movie? Semi-pro.
I
That's
never,
how
Yeah.
I imagine it.
I
That
never
one
saw
I
that.
look
Not great.
like that.
I do have the. Wasn't the name Moon in that? Because I have a jersey.
I
that
think
says
so.
Yes,
Tropics and
there
Moon.
was a
Tropics,
Moon.
that's what it was.
Corey from DBs gave me that jersey.
All right, so Thanksgiving is not this Thursday, it's the following Thursday. So it's the, 28th?
Yeah.
28th this year? So I want your opinions on this woman here. She's got a dilemma. And of course, she goes to the internet. And in a post, this woman who's 54 years old says her vegan friend of about 20 years, decided for the first time to host Thanksgiving dinner for their friend group.
This is hell for a meathead.
Do we see where this is going?
Oh, yeah. Tofurkey. That's where it's going.
So the vegan friend has decided, hey, I'm going to host Thanksgiving for the friend group at my house this year. Mm-hmm. And the woman wrote that her friends take turns cooking the meal each year, always accommodating their vegan friend with, at the very least, some tofurkey, one side dish, and one dessert being strictly vegan. So when she
so
goes
nice.
to other people's houses, they accommodate her dietary needs. No problem.
Cool.
Now, when a friend volunteered to cook this year, the woman wrote, not a problem. That is until her friend said the meal would be 100% vegan.
Oh, fun.
You don't have to come over if you don't want. I mean, that sucks. She should have an option for
Now,
the meatheads.
the friends wrote like, hey, that's fine, but, we'll bring some omnivore options. But the friend insisted, no,
Nothing allowed
She
in the
doesn't
house.
want human
it is
food.
all vegan at this house.
Yeah, John Feldman used to be adamant about no animal products in the house.
No, and this woman said, no, this will be 100% vegan. You cannot bring meat into this house.
We were doing our first record there, and you couldn't bring any food in. And I remember bringing in a Three Musketeers bar because I was eating those for dinner basically because we had no money. And I brought that in. I was eating it, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm just sitting here, man." And he goes, "No, what is that?" And I was like, "Three Musketeers." He goes, "That's milk chocolate. Get it out of my house."
Oh,
I
God.
was like, "Oh my gosh, okay." So I ate my Three Musketeers dinner in the front yard. It wasn't allowed to
Okay.
bring it in.
Well, and the friend, listen, do whatever you want at your house. The friend doubled down by saying, hey, these vegan offerings are going to be just as tasty as the non-vegan stuff that
Of course.
you're used to eating. And the woman writes, she's like, no, it's not. She's had bean burgers and other vegan meals at this woman's house. She enjoys some vegan dishes, but none of the stuff she would make. So the woman who wrote the post was like, we're just not going to go.
Right.
And now the friend is upset.
Oh, come on.
You can't have both things. You can't be. It's Thanksgiving. It's nice of you to want to try and get your friends to be open-minded, but you just can't pressure people either. Because I hate that whenever, I go anywhere. I don't eat cows and pigs. I just haven't for a million years. And people always try and pressure you into it. And it's like, nah, I don't need to eat that. And the pressuring is stupid. Same thing goes for the vegan side of it. You're trying to pressure your omnivore friends to eat strictly vegan. If they don't want to try it, who gives a rat's ass?
Yeah, that's not
You know?
that's not fair. I understand, and if that's the principle that you want to, if that's the line, nothing in your house like that,
Then you
well,
can't-
then
you
you
can't have it
can't
at your
host.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you do, then you're You're making great efforts to isolate yourself.
And you just make it fun. You go, hey, we're doing vegan Thanksgiving. Anybody want to come? We're down. This is how the rules are. We understand if you don't want to come.
Well, and
but you can't be offended if nobody wants to come.
The other friends now, like, we're not going either. And the one woman is like, well, see that
they're not going to have a party without you, and you have to accept that.
the vegan is now blaming the poster for poisoning the minds of everybody.
Oh, no, people want food, man.
Well, sometimes one person has to speak out.
Be the villain.
Yeah. Sometimes, the silence is a opposite of condemning. I can't think of the word right
Silence
now.
is violence, y'all.
Yeah, silence is violence.
Well, listen, the whole crux of Thanksgiving, yes, it's fine about getting together and whatever. It's an eating holiday. Thanksgiving, of all the holidays, is an eating holiday.
Right.
We expect certain things.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only expectation.
Yes, it's nice getting together with you, fine.
We're going there. What are we going to do? Games? I don't know. Movies? I don't know.
It's good to see you, fine.
Eating?
It's good to see you.
Let's
We're
give
here for
thanks,
the
great.
food.
We're here for the food.
And we all are. Even the people who are like, oh, I just love hosting. No, you love eating. We love eating. This country loves eating. It is the Super Bowl of eats.
And how many
it's
lazy
Thanksgiving.
boys? They
Not
need a lot of
enough,
lazy
honestly.
boys, yeah.
Not enough. I've had this
And also
conversation
the
lately.
fact that the friends are considerate to her vegan dietary needs.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
When they, when they host and they know that, let's call her Brenda. Whenever Brenda comes
Friggin'
over,
Brenda.
whenever Brenda comes over, you got to have something vegan,
Yeah, that's so nice of them.
which is
and
very nice of
considerate.
them. And not only a vegan meat or fake meat, a side dish and a dessert.
Yeah, they go all out.
Strictly for her.
It's beautiful.
You cannot host, Brenda. You could host if we're allowed to bring meat things.
And you can host if it's a gimmick. It's like, hey, we're doing vegan. If anybody wants to try it, that's cool. That's cool. I would love that. I would love to try a vegan Thanksgiving, me personally.
It can be good.
It can be
You
good.
just got to know what you're doing.
But I'm not going to be forced. I get it, the people that don't want to go because they want to have their experience with the meats.
What's that vegan restaurant downtown somewhere?
Fritas?
Fritas.
Nah, it's a different.
I've been there. They got options.
Something with
Yeah,
a
it's
tree. There's something with a tree on the logo.
Oh.
It's dope. Whatever it was
Down
phenomenal.
in off of Grand?
To be honest, I don't know. It's all the same to me after a while. It's been too long since I've been down there on a regular basis.
There's a lot of options.
How do you
these
think
days.
how do you think the internet reacted to this? What does the internet say?
They side with the people that are not coming to this tofurkey dinner.
They had kind words, I'm sure.
Yeah, nobody sides with somebody that's barring, everybody's. Listen, they all adjusted to you, just like you said. They've made adjustments and concessions for you when you go over there. How can you not do the same and expect the same kind of treatment? People
Most
can be
came
upset with
to the poster's defense. Like one woman wrote, "I hope she enjoys her Thanksgiving alone, because until she returns the graciousness of providing food for everyone at the table to enjoy based on their dietary choices, that's how she'll be spending it alone."
Yeah, you're isolating yourself.
Another one, I get that being a vegan is a choice most people make for ethical reasons, but the BS line of, quote, "it all tastes the same" is so asinine. Her beliefs and choices are not something everybody will adopt, and so the more she forces it on people, the more those people will reject the idea.
Well, and you know what I find too is the people that are so intensely adamant, and this isn't true for everybody, but the people that are so intensely adamant about you trying theirs, they're not as good at making it. Can it taste exactly the same? Yeah, it can. And you know the people that are making that kind of stuff? They're the people that don't care whether you try it or not. Like those restaurants, those vegan restaurants that are like nailing it. They don't care what you do. Just come in and try food if you want. And it's amazing.
I do get annoyed when people won't be more open-minded. I've had all the meats. Like when I used to eat burgers and stuff and cows and pigs, like I've had it all. So it's not like I've eaten cows before. I used to love a filet mignon, big time steak
Loved
girl.
it.
Loved it. Decided, hey, I've, petted a cow one time, changed my life. I don't eat them anymore. I think it's stupid on the other side too, where you have people that are it's part of their personality. Like bacon is a part of their personality is the lamest thing ever. There was a time and place for it. It is so overdone, and that is so aggravating in itself. Just be open-minded.
Let's be honest, Learn. And somebody writes, and one pescatarian.
Yeah.
Or I think you were a pescatarian,
Yeah, I'm
right?
pretty much a pescatarian.
Which is just a fish eater.
Yes.
One pescatarian wrote, "I am pro food choice. The vegan dishes that almost always suck are the ones that are pretending to be something else." Like, oh, this tastes. When you tell me,
Yeah.
oh, this tastes just like blank.
We got it.
No, it doesn't.
One year, my in-laws for Thanksgiving, when Tim and I decided to stop eating all the meats, and we were just vegetarians at that point.
Sure.
We had a tofurkey. My mother-in-law bought us a tofurkey. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten in my life. It was, because it was trying to be a turkey, like the shape of it, and it was just like this bologna texture, like thick.
Who knows
just-
what was in that
Yeah,
to make it even that texture? and
Exactly.
everything.
I mean, it's all
Ugh.
soy, right? Or
Yeah.
tofu, I guess. It's soy, yeah. So it was disgusting. Never again.
Yeah, and I
You
think
know?
you nailed it, man. I feel about this like I feel about politics. The bacon thing and if you're the 10% on opposite ends of the spectrum, I find equally annoying.
Yeah.
Bacon defines me.
If you're just like, you're not having bacon, I'll kill myself before I come to your party. And it's like,
Right.
well, maybe not that, but
And they
also
don't even
like,
realize that was a whole campaign. You've literally been
Yeah.
marketed into your personality,
of course,
bacon guy.
and the militant
Look at my
vegans.
socks.
Bacon is good.
Bacon is great,
delicious.
but you know why we're all talking
Let's
about
not-
bacon these last
don't
couple
beat
years? It was
bacon
literally.
up,
No, no,
okay?
I'm not.
I'm saying-
Don't blame bacon.
This has
Just
nothing to do
the-
with bacon. This
It's
is
the
marketing.
People that are just pro bacon, where they bleed bacon. It's disgusting.
Bacon was just a placeholder for if your whole personality is based around only being a carnivore or being a vegan, and it's
Right.
like you're militant on either end. And this lady
It's a
feels
turnoff.
this feels militant towards the vegan side of like there will be no meats at my Thanksgiving for any of my friends who enjoy them. That's like, all right, well then you are pigeonholing yourself to
You're
extreme
isolating
vegans
yourself.
will come to your like if Lauren would go to that party, she would try it out, but most people wouldn't and be like, I don't want to do that for Thanksgiving.
If you're the only vegan in the friend group, you are isolating yourself.
Right.
Well, but you're making it's your personal choice. Just you could stand in it and go, yeah, this is just my personal choice, and everybody
Sure.
just needs to leave you the hell alone.
Don't push your vegan garbage on
That's
me,
tight.
okay?
But don't get your feelings
It's
hurt
not
if
the
people
day
don't
for it.
come.
Right.
Thanksgiving's not the day for it.
I'm saying don't alienate the person for how they eat. I know I'm getting all up on the bacon bros right now, but that's the type of people that I feel like take it too far, just like what Rafe's talking about, like the vegans that take it too far. I don't mind if you eat bacon in front of me.
I don't want it to be
I
your
just
whole
don't want to eat
personality.
it. Don't make me feel like crap for not wanting to eat it anymore. I've
Right.
had it. It was delicious. I miss my mom's bacon. I just can't do it because I love pigs too much. And that's my story, and whatever, that's me.
You do you.
Yeah. Leave me the hell alone.
I
Don't
will
tread
double,
on me.
I will double my bacon consumption to make up for the loss of a learn.
Whatever, dude. I will protect
I
all
will
the
take
pigs at my
your,
house.
I will eat your portion. But that's my right and that's your right.
Yeah.
And on Thanksgiving, of all the holidays, don't push your vegan garbage on me, man. I'm not coming over.
Yes, we can all agree turkeys are ugly.
Oh man, they are ugly, but I've
They're
held
ugly.
a turkey before, and it's
If you're
I've
gonna kill an animal, kill a turkey.
Kill an ugly one.
Kill the one with balls hanging from its face. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Come
oh,
on.
man,
Oh, and they crap all over the place. Trust
And
me.
they're
I know.
aggressive. You,
Like, very
they're
aggressive.
very
you
aggressive.
stumble upon one in the
Well,
woods.
in their defense, we do kill the hell out of them.
They're good communicators, so.
oh, you're saying
They're
they're just
aggressive.
defensive?
Yeah, the word has gotten out in the turkey community. Like, hey, do not be cool with these people.
All right, with that being said,
Yeah.
now you're going to be doing your Thanksgiving. I was at the supermarket on yesterday. I was at Schnucks and Wildwood yesterday. And obviously all the Thanksgiving stuff is out. And I saw people, stocking up already, buying their stovetop stuffing and the whatnots, stuff that'll hold for, 10 days. Before you buy your Thanksgiving meal ingredients, you might want to know what people don't want on the table. So Instacart and a big polling company called the Harris Poll, they found out the top 3 most hated Thanksgiving side dishes. What do you think number 1 is? The most hated.
Stuffing.
The most hated.
Oh no, green
the
bean
most
casserole.
hated Thanksgiving
I like green
side
bean.
dish.
Show me green bean
No.
casserole.
Green bean casserole. Number 2.
Damn.
That's most hated?
What?
The second
very
most
controversial.
The
This
is
second
awful.
most
Oh,
hated.
is it because of the crybabies about cream of mushroom?
I hate
Yes, it
flavor.
is.
You know, you seem to love that dish before you knew that it was cream of mushroom, but because you have some
Are you looking at
inside.
me?
Yes, my soul is looking at you. I'm not physically looking
I've
at
never
you.
had green bean casserole.
Are you
number one.
serious?
We never made it.
What the hell are you doing?
dude.
What are you eating?
You all know what I'm talking about, though, right? The people that loved it before they found
Oh,
out it
yeah.
was mushroom, and then, and then
Well,
they're
I
like,
didn't
they
grow up
still
on
love
green
it.
bean
I love that we just had a conversation about not being mean to you about what they want to eat.
Yeah, screw
Here I am.
you.
Yeah.
and your
I'm
hate.
just saying
wasn't
that's
a thing.
very
Your fake
surprising.
hatred towards mushrooms.
The show really does have it all.
This wasn't.
Everyone
It was
loves them.
never on the table growing up.
Well, I hope one day you do have it so we
Ask
can know your
Roseanne. I
opinion.
mean, she's in the chat
Roseanne.
probably.
It's great. It's a Midwestern thing, though, I thought, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think it
think
is.
so.
Is it a strictly Midwestern thing?
I think you should
No,
try
no.
and make it this year.
don't know about
Just to
strict.
try it out.
I don't think we want the East Coast to have it.
It's so good, dude.
It's so creamy and
I
crunchy.
just had it on Saturday.
Great
It's so
leftovers.
freaking good.
Yeah, I get it, and I'm not opposed to it.
I want you to try and make it for Thanksgiving this year, along with whatever else you're doing.
Yo,
We're
Trump-
having a small Thanksgiving this year. It's
This
just
is
going to be my
perfect.
family and my in-laws are coming in at 4:30. My wife already said she's going to go pick them up.
Oh, great.
She's going.
She heard that episode
you
of
gotta
the show.
you
so
gotta try
that's
my
good.
mother-in-law's. It's like the perfect just mess. It's perfect.
All right, so what was the number one? So green bean casserole was the second most hated Thanksgiving side dish.
Oh, cranberries.
That's number 3.
Oh, come on.
These
Perfect.
people. Who are
I
these
agree,
people?
dude.
Dude.
Cano
These are
cran,
just
fresh
mean-
cran.
Mean people.
I like cranberry sauce,
I
actually.
do
I'm
too.
okay with
Yeah.
it.
I
too.
love it.
Everyone does.
Not everybody.
Do you all?
You know my
mix-
number one hated, and you guys are all you
What is
always
it?
get upset with me. But dude, cornbread is just the dumbest. If it's not
because
perfect,
you've had it too
it's
dry.
the worst.
Every
when will
loaf in
your
your mouth has
slander
been
of
so dry.
Biscuits and cornbread.
All it
Man.
is just like
You
this.
hate biscuits and you hate cornbread.
But you
What is
put
wrong with you?
as soon as you put cornbread in your mouth, you just all the moisture is
Maybe
gone.
we
It
had
sucks the
good
moisture out of your
cornbread.
brain. You're dumber when you eat cornbread.
I just had some. Top Golf actually makes incredible cornbread. I just had it last weekend, and it was.
I almost wish I had
Top
something to
Golf's
dip it in.
cornbread?
There's
Dude,
a
it
sentence
was
I didn't
great.
think I'd hear smashed together. You got to get into that Top Golf cornbread, man.
It was great.
That's
Some
what they
butter
know
on it,
for.
and I was.
I've been missing it.
Yeah,
Dude, have you had the biscuits at Meineke?
Hell yeah.
Great, dude.
Corn sponge. Not
It's
a fan.
got to be hot.
You
It's
do
got to
the
be warm corn.
It's got to
Cream
be.
of-
See, I don't want to eat anything that it's got to be. It's got to be. It's got to be. It's got to be.
Is it cornbread?
7 rules.
Cornbread. It's got to be hot.
Is it number one?
No, that's not even on the list.
If you tell me it's mashed potatoes, I'm leaving this
No,
nation.
my
Yeah,
guess
you're
is
right.
it's people tend to be very polarized about yams or
Yes.
sweet potato casserole.
Show me yams.
Wow.
Show me your yams.
Here they are.
Yes, candied
God damn it.
yams.
They're so good. This is also
love
something
them.
I don't understand. I love the marshmallow.
Me too.
With the the
Brown
tart.
sugar.
Please.
Get
It's
out of here.
dessert.
Yummy.
It is.
So what?
It's a bridge. It's the bridge from
It is a
dinner
bridge.
to the dessert.
It is a bridge.
Yes.
Second to last.
You're
thing you eat.
right. Holy Nikes. I almost cussed on the
The
air.
Thanksgiving bridge, y'all.
It is the bridge to dessert, and it doesn't get enough
To
credit for being
Flavor
that.
Town.
Well, according to this particular poll,
It's savory and sweet.
most people hated the candied yams. That was the number one most hated side dish
Wow.
I hate these
on the
people.
Thanksgiving
I
table.
think this is family members that have always been terrible at making these dishes, and their family
Yeah.
hasn't experienced good stuff.
That's
yet.
probably what my cornbread
my
is.
mother-
Those people are anti-yamites.
Listen to me. My mother makes the best candied yams every year, and she makes a little one for she and I because we are the only two who are
baby
eating them.
yam.
Because everybody, even my husband, who is adopted into this family now, hates the freaking yams.
Well,
and
you
then
do
she and I have
yams.
our sadness yam
When
bowl
you
together.
see-
Is that with the marshmallow crap on it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
It's marshmallows.
yeah.
When you see
yeah.
the spread this year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
at the end, assess. Has anybody taken any yams?
I have. I've eaten all. I've had many
Me.
yams.
I'm not sure I ever knew that they were yams.
I have more estrogen in my body after eating those yams than you wouldn't know because they
Yes.
really are an estrogen builder.
Ever since Crunky took the St. Louis yams out of town, people are upset.
Those yam
Get over it.
dinkies.
I just probably assumed they were sweet potatoes. You know what I
It's
mean?
the same thing.
Which means it's the same thing.
I think
thought
they are the
It's
same.
the same thing.
Is a yam and a sweet
I
potato
think they're the same thing.
Oh, are you for real?
Is a
I
yam.
am what I.
Yeah, I think a yam is a sweet potato.
There may
No,
be.
a yam is not a sweet potato.
What?
There's, though they are interchangeable sometimes in the United States, a yam is a tuber. A sweet potato is a root.
Yam.
Yeah, sweet potatoes are
Bumped up.
softer and like less starchy or something.
Oh,
right?
my God.
I always thought they
the
were
same.
interchangeable. I thought it was
no,
the same thing.
No, yams take more to break down, I think.
So maybe the yam is not as good as the sweet potato one. Then.
I agree there. I think sweet potatoes are much better.
Okay.
But I think I never knew that I was eating
Well-
yams because I assumed they were sweet potatoes, and they just weren't done very well. Which is why you got to put marshmallows on it.
It is a bridge we all need to the
dessert?
dessert table. I agree with that.
Well, what we do
It's a little
is what-
savory and a little sweet.
So we eat. We'll have the main.
Yeah.
Maybe have a little yams.
Yam it up.
Yam it up. Take a break. Watch some football, and then we'll come back for dessert.
The dessert is where it's at.
Oh, man, it's pie season.
It is pie season. We'll get into pies later.
You know,
Well-
it's the best thing. I think one of the best turns in life. You know, you turn 21 and you can drink and do all these things. Turn 25, you get cheaper insurance. The year that you go to Thanksgiving and just eat, and just stop bitching and I don't like this and I'm not doing it, and you just become an adult and you eat, like that is a turn of life.
Well, I'm just going to eat what I want to eat.
But you know, like if you just eat, just intake,
I'm
and
just gonna
enjoy
eat.
it. It's just fine.
There's so much,
It's
too.
amazing.
It's not like anyone's going to notice.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Like you just kind of open the horizons, let it happen.
I didn't see the yams out this year.
You let food happen.
Want to see Granny's yams?
No.
You
Yes.
just go for it.
I'll show them to you.
Grandpa's got his yam bag hanging out from his shorts.
I support it.
Grandpa, put away your yam bag. We got to take a break, but first, we'll do the traffic and weather, and then tell you who the Team Riz member of the day is, and then we're going to crap on celebrities. It's 7:20. It's Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Right-hand shoulder blocked due to a stalled vehicle 70 westbound just after Zumbo. 2 lanes blocked. Let's see. Due to a police incident, 270 northbound just after Gravoy. Your point forecast 2 rounds of showers. High of 70. Right now it's 61 at the Point Studio.
All right, that is brought to us by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Hot Shots Lindbergh. I'll be out there on Friday, your new home for sports in South County. Get all the info at hotshotsnet.com. From St. Clair, Missouri, Christina Graham is our team.
Yeah, Christina.
Christina is a longtime listener to the Riz Show, and she always looks forward to the guests, the games, the discussions on her long daily commutes. Grateful for the Riz Show being a huge part of her family's life over the years. Doesn't know what they do without the show being there to provide laughter for them every day. Thank you, Christina. She likes the first hour when we let loose. Christina Graham from St. Clair is our Team Riz member of the day. Gets a super sweet Team Riz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. 624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams. 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails. RizShow at 1057thepoint.com. Sex Time Fun Facts. Sex Toy of the Week coming up. Today, Face the Music. The band you are listening for. Well, this is Rafe Williams' week as far as his chance to pick all the bands this week. Rafe, who are we listening for today?
Today you are listening for 2 of the most likable guys in show business, Oasis.
Oh, it's Oasis Day.
Nice.
So if you hear Oasis, not just on our show, but throughout the day, up until midnight, make sure you open up your Point mobile app. You'll see Rafe Williams' face. Just
punch
his face.
Some of you have been
tap
waiting
his
for this
face.
moment.
You have a chance to win $1,000, and you have a chance to sit in on the show to co-host with us. So that is Oasis. That's today's band. So Target announced its holiday store hours last week. So here's what they're doing. So Target says they're going to be closed on Thanksgiving, and it's going to open early on Black Friday, and will continue to have extended hours through December.
Yes.
Now, why is this a big deal? What is the big thing that people will line up probably for on Thanksgiving?
Do not say. Stanley Cups.
No.
Thank God.
That's so last.
That is actually.
Well, maybe they'll
sentence.
line up for Stanley Cups. I don't know. Is there a new one coming out?
Probably.
The
Black
Gobbler.
Friday one.
The Stanley Gobbler's coming out.
We've seen, and coming out of St. Louis, actually, fights at Targets for the
Right.
stupid Stanley Cups. But no, there's something being released Friday morning, which I think people will be queued up on Thanksgiving to get their grubby hands on.
This is one of those calendars.
And I'm thinking it's going to be who we're thinking about, suburban
Hot.
hot housewives.
Hell yeah.
And Lululemons.
Driving Lincoln Navigators.
Ooh.
Give me what department would it be in?
It would be in.
Electronics?
No.
No.
Home furnishing?
Clothing?
Books.
Books?
The
Slash
new Where's
music.
Waldo?
Books / music.
Is this like a
Most
Taylor
Targets,
Swift thing?
yes, most Target stores will open Friday, November 29th at 6 a.m. when you could buy the Taylor Swift Eras Tour book,
Yeah.
It's here.
features over 500 images, behind-the-scenes pictures,
Scratch and sniff.
and musings.
You know,
Taylor.
I
The
bet
Machine, it's going.
she's probably going to
Turning
be in
along.
Kansas City. Let's keep it real here with Travis Kelce's family.
I heard she's not doing Thanksgiving with the Kelseys.
That's what they don't want to. And then she's going to make her way to a Kansas City Target, I bet, for a little pop-up surprise hello signing those things.
So Taylor Swift, I guess she got this deal with Target. So she got the book, and then she's got the Tortured Poets Department, the anthology on vinyl and CD coming out the same day. Only at Target,
I know where I'll be.
and they're already doing the limit 4 per guest thing.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be its while supplies last thing, and it's going to be chaos.
What's a good move for Target?
Yeah,
It'll
good
be
for
a
them.
busy day for them.
I was at Target yesterday, and I was talking to this really old woman who her husband, 47 years, had passed away, and she'd never worked a day in her life.
How old?
She's probably late 60s, early 70s.
Pretty
never worked.
lazy.
She was a mom, full-time stay-at-home
You
mom.
just said very old. You said a very old woman.
70. I mean,
Yikes.
That's old.
That is
Can't believe.
extremely
Guys, I'm
old.
24.
How-
Okay.
Half of our listenership just got offended.
Listen,
Insensitive that is.
I mean,
Lucky
I don't
for
know.
you, they don't know how to work their emails, so you'll never hear about it.
That's right. No, but she was telling me she'd never worked anywhere before she started working at Target. She's worked there for 5 years. And then I asked her, I said, you're married for 47 years. I just celebrated my 10th anniversary. Do you have any advice? And she looked at me and said, you know, the first 10 are the hardest. Gets easier from there.
Smooth sailing,
And
huh?
I was
What if
like
she
Wayne
said
Campbell.
threesomes?
What?
What if she just said threesomes?
Yeah, I was waiting for something like that.
Often.
Then she said, as she's telling me this, the receipt is printing out. She goes, oh, my most expensive customer so far today. And I go, yeah. She goes, your husband's got a good one. I was like, I was like crying in my car as I got home. I was like, first of all, this woman's telling me
Why? Because you
everything's
spent
going to be
money?
okay. And then also, hey, girl, you go ahead and spend that $500 at Target. Whoa.
How do you know she's a widow?
She told me. She said after her husband died, she decided to come work at Target.
And at that age,
And so
you
they
could
were
just
married for
assume.
47
cashier?
years.
Lady
Maybe she was
killed
more
her
like
husband.
80. I don't know. She did not
gets
kill her
easier.
husband. She was so nice.
It's easier.
How did this even conversation start?
Well, I talked to the people checking me out because it's an awkward interaction. She had nobody else. I had nobody else behind me, and I was like, "Hey, how's
Which is
everything
very
going?"
nice of you, but how do you strike up the conversation?
I said,
how does it lead into my husband died?
I said,
Hey, old lady, any marriage
hey,
advice?
old lady." I go, "How long have you worked here?" Because she's old, you know. And I go, and she said 5 years. And after her husband died, I go, "Okay."
Oh, okay.
She was an overshare. It was the perfect moment. It was
Can I ask
kismet
you
to meet each
Two
other.
oversharers
Yeah.
over the
As the
belt.
line's backing up.
No, there was
Come on.
nobody behind me.
Do you think no matter what number you would have said, she would have said the same thing?
12
No.
years.
If you'd have been like,
Hardest.
been married for 13 years, she'd have been like, their first 13 are the hardest.
No.
It's
she
easier
was-
from here.
You know, in Wayne's World 2, whenever
Give up.
Charlton Heston is at the gas station because Wayne needs to fill up with gas to get to the graduate scene where
Yes.
she steals back Cassandra.
The marriage.
When he starts tearing up about Charlton Heston, telling him the story about that one sunny day, that was me with this woman yesterday in Target. Okay. I started getting choked up. I came home, I immediately told Tim, he was out blowing leaves in the front yard. He's like, "What'd you buy?" I go, put the bags down. I got to
Peace
tell
of
you what I
mind.
just learned.
You got a good wife.
I love you.
She said I was a good wife.
What'd
Lady-
you buy? Peace of mind. And, and knowing that I made the right decision. And
No,
he's
I was like, that's
oh my
so
God, how much did you
sweet."
spend?
I spent $500. I'm going to keep it real. We needed to stock up. Also, the Christmas stuff was out, so I partook in that.
Well, I don't know if you're a big Taylor Swift fan, if you're going to queue up
I'm
on
not.
Thanksgiving.
I'll leave that for the true Swifties.
On Thanksgiving night, but Target will be closed. And then Friday morning, we'll see the Russia women run in to go grab their Taylor Swift Eras Tour book and Tortured Poets Department anthology on vinyl and CD.
And one woman with 5 daughters has a very difficult decision to make
Yep.
because you can only get 4.
Limit 4, well, you got to bring one of them with you.
Looks like
My
it.
sister-in-law.
You got to bring one with you because she got to do some fighting and clawing and punching and elbowing.
We look forward to
I look
the
forward
Monday
to the
after that.
videos.
Yeah.
I look forward to the videos. All right, today is November the 18th. Back in the day, 717 years ago in 1307, a guy named William Tell, an incredible crossbow marksman, shot an apple off his son's head. Imprisoned for rebelling against imperial rule, William Tell escaped and killed the local governor, setting off the famous struggle for Swiss independence.
Huh.
Didn't know that.
Me neither. That seems like they buried the lead on this guy's achievements.
Yeah, I thought it was just
I just
shooting
knew the apple off the head,
apple
which I
off the
thought was
head
kind of a crappy dad.
William Tell, marksman, murderer.
He has a good overture,
Rebel.
right?
Rebel.
His overture is good.
96 years ago, 1928, Steamboat Willie premieres starring Mickey Mouse, which is why today is considered his official birthday. Walt Disney originally called the character Mortimer, but his wife was like, that name sucks.
Mortimer Mouse.
His wife was like, that name sucks.
Morty Mouse.
So
Imagine.
she told Walt to change it to Mickey Mouse. 46 years ago, 1978, the Reverend Jim Jones. What did he do?
Oh, he made some Kool-Aid for some people
But was it Kool-Aid?
and a nice
No, it
chip.
wasn't.
No, it
tricked
wasn't.
them. And they're
Flavor Aid.
exotic
But
world.
Kool-Aid got the credit.
Yep.
You missed the opportunity there.
So the Reverend Jim Jones persuaded 900 of his followers to commit suicide in Jonestown in the jungles of Guyana. The members of the People's Temple cult suicided by drinking Flavor Aid laced with cyanide.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Flavor Aid lost out on the decades of free advertising. When the incident gave birth to the phrase, "Don't drink the Kool-Aid."
That poor chimp.
Flavor Aid's over there going, dude, did you hear it? Everybody's saying, don't drink the Kool-Aid. We won. No one's going to drink Kool-Aid now.
Yep, nope.
And then everybody drank the Kool-Aid.
Everybody drinks Kool-Aid.
Famous for having a huge hog, too.
Jim
Oh,
Jones?
How do you
yeah.
know? Who said that?
Dude, I went deep
Jim
on
Jones
the
said that.
Jonestown. He was sleeping with all of his parishioners and was men and women and was famous for having like a 10-inch pipe. Just a pipe.
Going to
on-
the Jonestown pipe, huh?
First of all, look at what he achieved. You got to have a pipe to even think you can do that. What
Yeah.
he did.
Jim Jones, 281-330-8004.
Man, you think if you had that, you'd just be pretty chill. You wouldn't be trying to kill everybody.
Nah, not this guy.
Well, if you know the story, he killed like a congressman who came down to visit.
Yeah. It seems
Oh,
like a
dude.
It seems like a little man.
He
syndrome.
stole a black preacher's personality. The guy's name was Delicious Divine or something like. It's crazy.
Delicious
man.
Divine.
The story of the Jonestown massacre is insane. Like, you know, I think families were like, hey, somebody's got to go down and check on these people. So there was a congressional delegation that went down there. They went there, they visited. They were on their way back, and they were ambushed at the airport.
Jealous Divine. Yeah, got ambushed. That was the day they died. That all happened like in the weekend they drank the Kool-Aid or the Flavor Aid. Reverend Jealous Divine, also known as the Messenger, founded International Peace Mission Movement. So, and this guy was crazy. Like, he married his wife died or under mysterious circumstances, and he married a white woman, and his parishioners were upset about it, but he said the ghost of his black wife lived inside the white woman, so it was okay. And they all were like, okay, thank you, Jealous Divine. It's an amazing, if you go deep on it, man, it is a crazy story.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. 41 years ago, 1983, A Christmas Story hits theaters. 32 years ago, 1992, the Contest episode of Seinfeld came out. So the word masturbation is never used in the show.
Uh-huh.
So instead, the show used pretty much every clever euphemism, they could, including the most famous, master of your domain.
I was just thinking, we did the contest last year, but it wasn't with joeing. It was with not touching your phone while you're driving. Remember?
Yes.
And I
So
believe Rafe won.
the episode was written by Larry David, who won the Emmy for Outstanding Writing in a Comedy Series for it. So that happened 32 years ago. 31 years ago, 1993, Nirvana records the iconic MTV Unplugged concert in New York. The show was shot in one take and is aired 1 month later. 24 years ago, in the year 2000, Michael Douglas marries Catherine Zeta-Jones. He's older than her dad. 19 years ago, in 2005, everybody all of a sudden becomes a Johnny Cash fan. Oh, I've been a Johnny Cash fan forever. Walk the Line comes out. Joaquin Phoenix as Johnny Cash, Reese Witherspoon as June Carter Cash. 13 years ago, 2011, the video game Minecraft comes out. And 7 years ago, in 2017, AC/DC co-founder Malcolm Young dies at the age of 64. And that's what happened back in the day. Hey, speaking of AC/DC, we're supposed to get a couple big concert announcements this week. Are we thinking maybe it's AC/DC?
Yeah, they're announcing this week, either today or tomorrow. That's what I hear.
But we were told we're going to get one or two big announcements as far as shows in St. Louis go, and nobody's telling me anything. I don't know if anybody's heard. Moon, you heard anything?
I've heard nothing.
You heard anything? Scott, I know you got your.
No
ear
one's
to the
called me
ground.
yet.
I'm hoping.
I think they're coming. This is AC/DC land. This is where it thrives. Every wedding, every graduation, every strip club,
That's
AC/DC. You know?
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll let you know as soon as we know. All right. I'll learn.
Crab on Celebrity is brought to you by Cordell and Cordell. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Guys, it has been chaos in Flavortown. I don't know if you saw this, but Guy Fieri and Sammy Hagar's joint tequila business was involved in a devastating incident. Guy Fieri tells people that 2 trucks carrying their Santo tequila bottles went missing after being hijacked in Laredo, Texas, either on November 9th or 10th. The missing trucks were carrying 24,000 bottles of Santo Blanco and Reposado, as well as a specially made extra añejo, which was created over the course of 39 months.
Yeah, it's pretty devastating for the company.
It is. The total net loss is around $1 million
Dang.
from just these 2 trucks.
Yeah, so I read hey, whatever's on the shelves, that's what you get. That's all we got.
Right.
So they hijacked 2 trucks.
It appears, and this is Sammy Hagar talking, it appears that it was organized crime effort where the trucks were illegally double brokered into different carriers who were transferring the product to their trucks after they crossed over the border from Mexico to Texas. So, sucks. $1 million.
Sucks.
Damn.
Spirit Box has announced a new album called Tsunami Sea. It's going to be due out on March 7th. So if you're a Spirit Box fan, be looking forward to that. Here's how music has changed. So in 2024, more music is being released every day than what was released in all of the year 1989. So according to this State of the Music Creator Economy report, a global number of music creators was 75.9 million of them in 2023, a 12% increase from 2022. And they're saying by 2030 that number is expected to balloon to 198.2 million different creators releasing music. So again,
Yeah, but
in 2024,
quality over quantity.
No, that's what I mean. It's so saturated out there. It sucks. But just think about that. All the music that was released in 1989, that is how much is being released every day in this year. Just music
Quality
coming out.
over quantity.
It's crazy.
There's a lot of terrible things out there.
There is. The United States Postal Service is honoring an icon in American television. We're going to be seeing a Betty White stamp come to our letters here soon. The beloved Golden Girls actress will be on the 2025 Forever stamp, and no release date for the stamp yet. They just announced it. Betty White sadly died in late 2021, less than 3 weeks before her 100th birthday. So I look forward to that as somebody who still uses stamps. Have a little Betty White action. Did you guys watch SNL? Probably not.
Nope.
Saturday night, no.
Saturday
It's
night.
kind of busy.
Well, I guess at the end of the show, when all the cast members and hosts and everybody come out, Alec Baldwin's fly was down, and people were
Yes.
having a great time with it.
I saw that.
Oh, no, he's going
Why?
to shoot someone else.
He came out. His fly was down during the closing scene of Saturday Night Live. He was standing next to Charlie XCX, rest of the cast and crew. He clapped, waved at the audience, had no idea that his zipper was completely down. Luckily, no problems occurred.
No, Saturday night, we actually got home. My wife and I actually got to spend some time together
Nice.
Saturday night. So we're like, let's just, watch a show. And everybody's been talking about this Nobody Wants This show.
Mm-hmm.
Kristen Bell.
Yeah. Was it good?
We watched a couple episodes. It's fine.
He's fine.
Have you seen it?
Nah. We've seen a lot of good shows.
yeah.
You know what I watched
It's
last
fine.
night?
It's 30 minutes. It's a romantic comedy thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a movie?
No,
Adam
it's
Brody's
a, it's a
good in it.
show.
We watched Woman of the Hour last night. This is that thriller that's based on a true story.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I started
yeah.
watching that.
What'd you
It's
think?
good.
It's good.
It's really good. At the end, they kind of wrap it up and tell you what happened to this guy.
That's the
Wild.
one. What's her name?
Anna.
Ferris.
No.
Oh. The chick from Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, what the hell is her name? She directed it.
Kendrick. And
Yeah.
Anna
Anna
Kendrick.
Kendrick, yes.
Yeah.
So it's a story of her character going on the dating game with the serial killers on
It's based in the 70s because
Rodney Alcala.
there was a dating show serial killer in the 70s, and he killed like 20 women, and they give a profile of some of the women that he killed. It's
Some
really
of the
well
scenes
done.
of him killing the women are
Graphic.
very graphic.
But you know what? She did such a great job. There's a parking lot scene with Anna Kendrick, and every woman who watches that movie will understand that fear so well of being walked after late at night
Yeah.
by a man. I mean, it's a weird fear that I feel like is all women feel it. We go out of the house, you feel it. That's something that I hate parking garages because of that. And she did such a great job of really framing the different kinds of women. Because, you think like, I'm a strong woman. I would never let a serial killer get me. No, the different profiles of these women range from, the one who's completely naive and not understanding how dangerous the situation is to like a cool down chick who's like going to beat your ass if you try and take her. Like all of the women
There
are
was the one
represented.
scene where the photographer chick, he wants to take pictures of her and
Yes,
brings around.
she's like the model. Have you not finished it?
I didn't finish.
Oh,
it.
wait
It's
till you
horrible.
finish it. Yeah.
But it's a good watch.
Yeah.
It is for sure. More news. Moving into movie news. Star Power and the holiday season couldn't boost Red One to high heights, even though it did finish in first place. Now, this was going into the weekend. People, even though, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Chris Evans, J.K. Simmons, Lucy Liu were in this thing, they said it was going to be a bust, and it was. So its opening weekend, $34.1 million was a soft opening for it. The movie cost $250 million to make.
Gosh. What's this thing called?
The Red One. This is like a Santa
So
Claus.
isn't the one that kidnapped
holiday
Santa?
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
Chris Evans and The
smokes.
Rock need to save the day or save Christmas, and
So real big bust. After finally rescuing Dogma from the clutches of Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Smith is working on Dogma 2 25 years later. He says some people will like it. Some people say don't ruin it. Lots of people going to be coming back. So Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, they're going to return for their cameos.
I mean, you gotta.
250 million you said on that red one, and Rotten Tomatoes, 34%.
Yeah, it's not good.
You gotta have Ben Affleck and
Matt Damon.
I saw a new
Yeah.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck film. Ben is one of the producers, but what's his brother's name?
Casey.
Casey. Yes, it's him and Casey, the instigators. Instigators. Is that
I
what
think
it's
I've
called?
seen that.
It's another Boston crime.
Oh, really?
Movie.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's fine.
Okay.
But it's
Came out
Just
like a couple
that.
years ago.
oh, did it? Oh,
I think. Or I don't know. Maybe
it
I'm
was like
thinking
on
of a
the front
different
page of Apple, so I thought it was like
Oh.
a new movie. Maybe I blew it. Either way, it's just another.
Is it good?
It's another Boston crime thing from them too.
Instigators.
It's fine. It's
fine.
a B. It's a B.
one. Chris Evans surprisingly revealed his dream to move away from action films and headline a musical. He says, "I want to sing." He goes, that you got to do it right. He doesn't want to get way ahead of himself here. I was thinking, he was in Not Another Teen Movie. He plays like the hot jock
Yeah.
in that movie. And there's a music scene in that movie. So I wonder if he loved that at the very end.
God, that was such a funny.
That's when he's got a banana hanging out of his ass.
Yeah.
What?
It's
Where he's got
it's
the
like the
whipped
whipped cream
cream
bikini.
What?
Not another teen movie. It's
I don't think I've seen
that
that.
movie?
Is that
It's
the?
so
This,
good.
It's the parody of all the.
Varsity Blues parody.
Yeah.
kinda.
is that the one with Chris?
She's got paint on her
Chris Evans.
overalls.
Chris. Is it Chris Evans?
It's Chris Evans.
That's his name.
Randy Quaid's the dad.
with the tiny hand.
What's up? He calls her pumpkin.
With my
cheese.
good hand. Is that
No,
that
no,
one?
no. That's a scary movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Christopher.
Oh, that's Chris Elliott.
Chris
Chris
Elliott.
Elliott. That's who I'm.
No,
always
this is
thinking
like a
of.
parody of all of the John Hughes movies and like
Oh, okay. I don't think I've
Varsity
seen that.
Blues, all
And
the
Things I
high
Hate
school-
About You.
Yes,
That whole genre.
Bring it on.
so good.
Hey, you know the other Apple TV movie I saw was Wolves. It's the Brad Pitt and George Clooney pairing. It
Is that good?
was fine.
That kind of came in once.
Again, B, solid B. It's worth a watch. I'll never see it again.
All right.
It's fine.
And finally, let's talk spandex.
Yeah.
Ultimate Classic Rock ranked the top 40 glam metal songs of all time. So we have a list, and I'm curious about what you think would be on the top 10.
Now this is I love me some glam metal.
So you better know every one of these.
Okay, so glam metal.
Top 10.
Is it? So it's probably a song from one of the big Poison, Def Leppard, Motley Crue.
All three of those bands are in the top 10.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Pour Some Sugar on Me is number 1.
Pour Some Sugar on Me is number 7.
Okay.
Jump Van Halen.
Van Halen is not on this list.
On the spandex list, David Lee Roth's not on
That's
it.
top 10.
It's glam metal, so
David Lee Roth's Yankee Rose is number 14.
which is a great song.
You said Twisted Sister?
Twisted Sister.
gonna take it.
That is number 9.
Quiet Riot. Come on, Feel the Noise.
That is number 8.
What's up?
Ooh, good one.
All right, Def Leppard Photograph.
That is number 1.
There it is.
Fantastic.
Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood.
No, different Motley Crue
Girls,
song.
Girls, Girls?
No.
What's the one I like
Two
to
Motley
dance
Crue
to?
songs are in the top 10.
Okay.
And they're 2 and 10.
Home Sweet Home.
No. My favorite Motley Crue song is number 10. It's so kick-ass. I wouldn't even consider it glam.
Kickstart My Heart.
That is number 2.
Where's To Hell with the Devil? We need that on this.
Striper.
Poison.
Striper's not on the list.
Talk Dirty to Me.
Poison.
Is Guns N'
Nothing
Roses
But a Good Time.
Is Guns
Nothing
N'
But a
Roses
Good Time
glam?
is number 5.
Guns N' Roses is glam, yeah.
They straddle the line.
Guns N' Roses isn't on this list.
They straddle the line
Okay.
between hard rock and.
What's that crappy cherry pie song?
Yeah,
That's
Cherry
Warrant.
Pie.
I hate that song.
That's
That is
what I
not in the
danced
top
to.
10. It should be. It's in the top
we'll name
40.
a band and we'll name the song.
I will. So Motley Crue is number 10. What Motley Crue? This is early. This is great song. Heavier than most of their hits.
Livewire.
Yes, Livewire is number 10. Bon
Poison.
Jovi, I'm sorry, Aerosmith is number 6, which I think is it's a far reach to call them a
Wow,
glam
they're
band, in my
glam?
opinion. But I guess
Yeah, they're
technically
two
this era
70s.
of them.
Dude.
Same era, though.
They were never glam. Glam came to them.
Oh, Love in an Elevator.
Love in the Elevator is number 6. Bon Jovi is number 4.
Living on a Prayer.
Living on a Prayer.
Was Bon Jovi glam too?
Yeah.
Are we
Really?
Are we sure?
I mean, glam is
That's
like
some
they look
blurred
like
lines.
chicks, right? Like that's how you kind of knew.
There's
all were so
a
beautiful.
gray area.
But it's when they look like chicks because they were like dressing too, and John Bon Jovi still looks like that. So it's you know what I mean? Like he hasn't.
He was so cute in the
peak.
80s.
I think that was 19. Slippery When Wet. Man, that was peak glam.
The era, but the record you think was peak
Oh,
glam?
no, that-
100%.
Who else you got over there?
The last
100%.
one on this list is number 3. And you'll get it immediately when I say it. Rat.
Oh, Round and Round.
Round and Round. So your top 3 best glam rock songs of all time: Rat, Round and Round, Kickstart My Heart from Motley Crue, and Def Leppard's Photograph at number 1. And that is your crap on celebrities.
Celebrities celebrating a birthday on this day. Damon Wayans Jr. is 42. Nassim Pedrad, formerly SNL star who played Gigi on Scream Queens, is 43. Fabulous is
Fabulous.
47. David Ortiz is 49. Chloe Sevigny is 50. Megan Kelly is 54. Duncan Sheik is 55. Owen Wilson,
Wow.
is 56.
Wow.
I was waiting
Wow.
for your impression.
Oh, wow.
Gary Sheffield is 56. Kurt Hammett is 62. Kim Wilde is 64. Kevin Nealon, 71. Dennis Haskins, that's Mr. Belding on Saved by the Bell. I had breakfast with him at Rooster.
You did?
Yeah, he was in town for who knows what, but he was here with the Street Drum Corps guys. You know them?
It was like a
yeah, I
90s
remember them.
festival, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Or something.
It must have been. I went out with the Street Drum Corps guys because we know them well, and Belding was there. Dennis Haskins
Belding.
was there. So
Belding.
when I saw him, I was like, Belding. Anyways, nice guy, 74. Linda Evans is 82, and Mickey Mouse is 96 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Lori Vargas. And today's birthday girl has been in 241 fine films, including American Hair Pie 3, Ass
Yikes.
Cleavage 10, Barack's presidential briefs.
Oh, my.
The Big Ass Pool Party 2. Big Bubble Butt Latin Sluts 3. Busch Gardens.
What?
Oh, I've been there.
Great zoo, right?
Fuzzy Muffins 1 and 2. The Topless Tickle Games. The Whole Enchilada. And Who Can Forget a Roll in 2009's The Legend of the Magic Taco.
Oh, yes.
Lori Vargas
Oh, a
is...
lot of food. Fuzzy muffins.
Yeah.
Lost tacos.
American Hair Pie. Lori Vargas is 41 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those who crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with your Sex Time fun facts. We'll talk about a woman's quote-unquote cringe proposal. Doctors warn against all-night sex sessions. And...
I'm still offended by some of the people on that glam list. I don't think so. Aren't you just? Isn't it?
I'm offended of the Aerosmith, but everything else I'm fine with.
Aerosmith is offensive. That's like calling the Deftones.
that's the only one I could see, like, maybe they don't belong there. But Bon Jovi, for sure.
That's
Yeah,
like
look at
calling the
some of his.
Deftones an emo band, whereas, Chino's like the most emo guy on earth.
There was a time in the 80s where there was really just a...
But if
It
you
was just a blurring of the...
if you precede an era and the era comes to you,
Like, I would say that Sweet Child of Mine is a hair metal song.
yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
I would say that Guns N' Roses could
But,
be considered
first of all,
a fringe hair metal band.
You said hair metal. She's talking about glam rock.
Same kind of thing. I think those are interchangeable.
Yeah, what is the difference?
No.
I think those are interchangeable.
Says
do
known
too.
for their
How
flamboyant
dare
clothing,
you.
makeup, and hairstyles, and theatrical performances originating in the UK in the 70s, glam rock bands,
It's the
glittery
makeup.
outfits, androgynous personas, and loud songs.
Yeah, it's
80s
the
glam.
makeup. It's twisted.
David
Yams and
Bowie,
sweet potatoes
Slade.
of
Okay,
genre.
there's 70s glam and there's 80s glam. I think that's... So I think 80s glam and hair metal are interchangeable.
Same.
Glam rock, yes. 70s, your David Bowie's and New York Dolls, yes. When you say 80s glam, it's the same as hair metal.
Says glam metal.
Yams and sweet potatoes. You think they're the same, and then you learn on the Rizzuto show that they're not.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with the Sex Time Fun Facts. 9 o'clock. I'm sorry, 8 o'clock.
Glams and yams.
Whoa.
It can be 9 o'clock.
Yam bands.
Not, though. Get to Sex Time Fun Facts. I think we should talk about this Pickem challenge thing. Riz Show versus the Fastlane. Week 11. So what is the record? It's 8-2.
I believe.
So Fastlane 8, Riz Show 2. If we lose another week, we can't do any better than a tie,
That's right.
technically. If they get to 10 wins, it's over. But hey,
Making it pretty much every week is
it's a
is
must
a
win.
must win.
Every week's a must win. So how do you guys think you did? Looking at your picks from yesterday, Scott,
Yeah,
how'd you do?
not that excited with
Nothing
mine.
exciting.
I looked at it yesterday before that Chiefs-Bill game, and I thought, oh, gosh, damn it. I'm on
Yeah.
the bottom again. I'm just going to leave town, I think.
Well, for all the Chiefs fans here, I hated to do it, but I picked the Bills. to
Didn't you
win.
feel bad doing that?
No,
I told my
And then
husband
watching
straight
the
up.
game the whole time because I'm
Yeah,
like,
you guys are trash, but
I didn't feel bad.
you're rooting for the Bills that way.
All good things come to an end.
I didn't think they were going to go undefeated this season. If it was a
neither.
game to lose, and this was the game in Buffalo,
yeah.
Yeah, they played like
I
hell.
love it.
I'm sorry.
It'll put a fire in their pants.
it was a good game.
It was. Honestly, this happens every year. Buffalo will beat us in the regular season and act like they won the Super Bowl, and
Yeah.
then we trounce them in the playoffs.
And then
And
they fall
I'm like,
apart.
I was scared if we won that it would go the other way.
Listen, I don't care what happens in the playoffs. Week 11, I picked the Bills to win,
They won.
and I rooted for the Bills, and they won.
A couple real dumb mistakes in that game, but
You guys ever seen that thing about Greg Maddux?
The pitcher?
Yeah. There's a thing I forget. It was a catcher that they were interviewing just a couple
Yeah,
years
I've
ago,
seen it.
and he was talking about how great Greg Maddux was.
Oh yeah, it was that documentary. It was great.
And yeah, and in there he says this. He said, "Here's how good Greg Maddux was. He knew that this guy really liked a particular pitch, and he said, "I'm going to give him this pitch." And the catcher was like, "No, no, no." And he said, "No, no, I'm going to give him that pitch." And he gave him the pitch, and the dude hit a home run off Greg Maddux, and they lost the game. And he goes, "Why did you do that?" And he goes, "Because that guy loves that pitch, and we're going to meet them in the playoffs. We don't need this win. We're going to meet them in the playoffs, and that idiot's going to think that that pitch is coming. And in the playoffs, he destroyed them." That's what the Chiefs did to the Bills yesterday.
Oh.
Gave him a false sense of
Yeah, like
gave him a false sense of hope.
Let's let them win this game. They'll be all inflated. Look at us. We're Bills
listen,
fans.
It doesn't matter. They're still 9-1. They're still 9-1.
Yeah.
They got Greg Maddoxed.
Okay, so Fastlane Ratio Pick'em Challenge. We are down 8-2. Moon.
Seems like a
I'll
done.
never not pick the Chiefs, though.
Had
I'll
it
take
all.
the million shots before I ever.
Really?
True fan.
Especially in that scenario.
Won't do it.
I'm with you.
Do the Fastlane first.
Okay, the fast lane and the overall competition was led with 10 wins from Andrew Marsh.
Andrew Marsh wins on the Fastlane side.
Oh, no.
That's right. Then Kerry Davis, second place with 8. So pretty big difference there. Stalter, 8. Jamie Rivers, 8. BK, 7.
Total points.
41.
41 points for the Fastlane. For the Riz Show.
For the Riz Show, your leader, me, with 10.
10.
Why are you so good?
And Riz with 10.
Riz.
I need you to.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Followed up by 8 from King Scott.
Gosh,
8.
damn
King
it.
Scott.
And 8 from Learn.
Oh.
And
No.
So this is good for me, it sounds like.
Racine.
And 7 for Rafe.
7.
Oh,
Rafe loses the week as all of us have the Texans beating the Who is it?
Cowboys.
The Cowboys. Thank you.
It's the Cowboys and Texans tonight. We've all got the Texans. Every one of the Fastlane guys has the Texans.
Our total,
So they got 41. Our total?
43.
Win the
Thank
week.
God.
they forgot-
Thank you, Bill Belichick.
I'm glad they forgot they're supposed to pick winning teams, not like
We
the-
won
That's
the
awesome.
week.
Hey,
We won the
I'm
week.
sorry.
Thank you, guys.
Did we get any emails about you not being shot last week? Because every time I'm supposed to get shot, a flood of emails come in.
we got 0.
We did not
Did I not
shoot
get
you.
shot?
You did not.
Oh, I got 2 coming my way.
And he bragged about
You
it
do.
yesterday to me.
I need to bring this
too.
up.
There's
sorry.
not a single email.
He was bragging.
Yeah, that
Honestly,
is
all day
really
about it.
interesting. You know, you little
100% forgot.
turds out there
Not a
wanting to
single
see
one.
this ass getting shot, but not that ass. What's up?
100% forgot.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm one to take my licks. You want to shoot me
I
right
know.
now?
I would. I'd love to.
I would love to.
Should I just get it
Let's
too?
Are you kidding
Should we
me?
just get it out of the way?
You want to get your shots now?
I can't win, right?
No,
How
it's
many you
over.
got,
You
Colin?
I
lost.
think I got 2 also.
Okay,
let's just
well,
do-
let's
let's
just
do it
get this
now.
out of the way.
Do we
Let's
have
have
to-
ourselves a little
Get it out of the way now.
Monday.
lot
Let's
of
do it.
ammo.
Let's
Do
do
we
it
have
together. Let's go to the
Let's
wall
go.
together.
Yeah,
Let's
oh,
go.
hold
To the
hands.
window,
Get that live
to the
up. Get
walls.
that live up.
I
You have enough-
here. I'll just.
Bro, I'm loaded. I'm
Sorry, guys.
ready to go. Ready to go.
Listen, I will
Learn
go
your
to the
job.
wall happy because we won the week.
Yes.
Yes.
This is
And depending on the score tonight, it's either Rafe or BK as the dunce of the week.
all right. The cameras are on. It's the butt cam. Here we go.
I can't be dunce of the week.
I just want to say the misogyny of people wanting the woman on this
play
show to
misogyny.
get shot, but not the leader of this show, is pretty pathetic showing of equality.
It comes from the top down.
I think we need to be more concerned
Ready?
with that.
Yeah.
Ready? Oh, God.
Oh, goodness gracious.
definitely thought it was going to be you first.
Hey, stick it out. You got. There you go. You got.
Go. Just go.
Oh, my gosh. You go left to right?
Ricochet, that counts as my second one.
No.
Yeah, I think it
It's
should.
left to right.
Get out.
It is out. Who are you talking to?
Oh, my God. Double on Riz.
Good job.
Oh, Racine. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that hit me. Oh,
Collateral damage.
man.
Ah, you hit the same
That's a
spot, bro.
ribcage shot. A
What a
ricochet.
punk.
You're supposed to go one cheek, the other cheek.
Well, you got a request. Nobody requested anything.
Oh, come on.
I thought it was without
That's
saying.
awesome.
Yeah, 2 shots each cheek goes without saying unless you're a sociopath.
Whatever, dude.
You just
Don't flip this around on me. You guys are the losers.
did a cluster. Hey, we take risks for this team.
Learn.
What?
I don't bet the favorites
Thank God.
every week.
I can't deal with this anymore.
Season's almost over.
I am done.
Ooh, man. Woo! Burns.
You need my
Tenderize
heating
my
pad?
little left butt hunch. My hunch.
Your conch shell.
Well, it is
Feels good to
8-3.
get shot on a winning week, though.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't bother me as much.
It takes the sting away a little bit.
A little bit.
Still stings,
Hurts, yeah. I mean,
but just a little tiny bit less.
yeah, I still want to swing on someone for a second, but it's
So
fine.
good job, guys. We all really, except for Rafe, did well. Congratulations, buddy.
Hey, man, I picked the Commanders and I picked. I had the Steelers.
Oh, you did? Okay.
That was good.
And everybody took
I took the Ravens.
We got to take some risk if we want to beat these guys, you know.
Yeah, boy,
Somebody's
it's
gotta
sad
do it.
for the Cowboys. So the Cowboys are at home tonight,
Yeah.
and nobody's taking the Cowboys to win. They suck. Prescott's out.
I love it.
Wasn't there a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader with Jake Paul? Did I see that?
She's actually starting at quarterback tonight.
She'd do a better job. Well, they were at, the place where the Cowboys play.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize where it was happening. At.
Right? The game tonight is in Dallas, right? I believe.
I think it's in Dallas, yeah.
Or
It's in Texas.
It's supposed to be just
Texas.
as exciting.
I think
as
it's
that
down in
fight.
Texas.
All right. With all that being said and done, let's do Sex Time Fun Facts. Adjusted my seat, man. Woo! You hit the almost
It's hot.
like the same exact spot. No, listen, I know you're surgical with that thing, but you gotta. Sex Time Fun Fact sponsored by.
Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet.
All right, headline: Woman's quote-unquote cringe proposal to boyfriend has internet divided, with some women saying, "Stop embarrassing all of us."
What?
Oh, no.
So, footage of an Australian woman proposing to her boyfriend has the internet divided. In the video, this woman who looks hot in a red dress, seen leading her man, who is blindfolded, to a breathtaking harbor, the harborside location in Sydney. Once they arrive in a quiet, grassy spot, he takes off his blindfold and she gets down on one knee and asks him to marry her. The man accepted the proposal and kissed his partner's forehead in celebration. He said yes. The Instagram caption reads, and the video has sparked a divided reaction online, with some people finding the fact that a woman proposed to a man hard to digest. It's not a criticism about the location or the way she proposed, but rather the fact that the woman was the one to propose. One woman wrote, "Girl, get up and stop embarrassing all of us." Somebody else argued, "I'd rather wrestle a shark in Sydney Harbor than get on one knee for a man."
Whoa.
That's serious business.
Then we'll get on one knee for a man. You can get on both.
Yes, Rafe. But some women are coming at this thing as like, hey, you got down on your knee for a guy.
Yeah.
The power is the guy asking the woman, and the woman saying yes or no.
No, that's a societal norm.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you the argument that women are making. You've taken the power away.
I don't know if it's power. I think that, because I think about this, I used to give Tim a hard time before we got engaged. I'm like, I'm going to do it. If you don't do it, I'm going to do it. Because I wanted to marry his ass. And he was like, absolutely not. He was very against it.
I would be against it too.
Sure. And that's fine. Some men are against that. It's like emasculating.
If my wife asked me to marry her, I would say yes, and I would say don't tell anybody.
Okay. Is that what happened?
Don't tell the fellas, because they're going to give me a razzing.
Yes, under one condition.
It is strange, though. I mean, it's just like women taking the name of the man. There's a lot of strange things, like, a lot of people are like, this is the patriarchy, like, that have been just ingrained in our society.
Yeah.
And it is when you stop and just kind of think of it, it's like, well, why are we so offended by that?
I don't care personally. Would I have wanted it done in my life? No. I don't care if you do it.
Yeah,
But you would
listen,
want to have married your wife either way, whether you asked or she asked. You
I
wouldn't have
thank
said
God
no.
that she didn't do that.
I do feel like, and I'm one to question everything, so I understand. But at the same time, there's a little bit of just like pushback just for the sake of pushback at this point. Some of this stuff is a little tiring. It's a little bit like, that's okay. Yeah, there are norms for a reason typically. Sometimes we know them. Sometimes we find out that they're bad norms and they should be changed. I'm all about, like, let's have a big assessment. But we don't need to have a big assessment and then fight everything. Everything is just like
Ain't no dowry anymore.
right. Like I mean, it'll all work itself out. We don't have to be on Twitter yelling at each other about how you do that. You're making women look bad. Like,
And
come on, man, just let them do what they're gonna do.
Yeah, the location matters too. I had friends that were in the military and deployed to Australia, and they were like, the culture's a little different over there. They loved it because they said women are more assertive, like in bars. Like Australian women will hit on men and like ask men out, and they were like, we loved it because it was like the pressure.
Yeah.
Hot girls would just walk up to the table and be like, you guys want to hang out? You want to dance? You guys
Yep.
want to go to a party?
Yep.
Yeah. So like, yeah, we do. And you
Yes,
didn't
I
make
do.
us. You didn't just make me go down in flames in front of all my friends. It's a cultural, I haven't lived in Australia. I can't vouch for it personally, but I have heard through several of my friends who were stationed there in the military that they're like, yeah, man, it's like the cultural norms there are a little different about women are a little more assertive in the courting process. So maybe that's just part of this. And it's people from other parts of the world that are commenting. I wonder if people in Australia think
I
it's
don't
weird.
know.
It makes me think about all my like LGBTQ plus friends who are in long-term relationships who want to get engaged. Like, what is that? Because we're talking about like the heterosexual man and woman relationships. Like, when you have same-sex couples, I wonder how does that happen? Is it free game? Is there a norm there? I don't know.
I'm not gay.
Who's
I
the
know.
dude?
Like,
You got to have the who's the dude conversation.
well,
I don't know.
I wonder if that's like if it's easier or if it's more stressful.
Yeah, I wonder.
I mean, what do you feel? Did Tim ask
My mom?
your mom for permission?
Yeah, I told that story how my mom went to lunch with him
blew
and then
it.
she meant to call my Aunt Jean and she mixes my Aunt Jean up with me all the time. And she called me and I answered hello and it was my mom calling. And I go, hello. And she goes, guess who I just had lunch with? And this is how we talk to each other. I go, oh my God, who? And she goes, Lauren's boyfriend. And I go, what? My mom goes, oh, ish. And like, she's like, no, nothing happened. We didn't go anywhere. I was like, what did you guys talk
Are you
about?
boning my boyfriend, Mom?
Yeah. Did you think they're having an affair?
No, I knew exactly what was going on. And then I went home and I was like, where's the ring? Like, I knew it was in the house.
No, as a
It was in the house.
Did you rifle through everything
I
looking?
did.
no
way.
I did.
As a
Loser.
self-proclaimed feminist,
Me?
yeah.
I love women, yes.
Okay. Did you find it like, oh, he had to ask my mom?
No, I loved it. That's not an anti-feminist thing. It's beautiful.
But what about when a guy asks the dad permission to marry
Well, my
his
dad's
daughter?
dead.
Well,
so-
I know.
If my dad were alive, he would have asked both. I mean, they're divorced. Yeah, I mean, no, I think that's okay. Ask the parent that's going to be the one closest to the person.
It doesn't
you know?
matter. It's the whole asking permission thing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Sweet?
It is sweet, but I also think even if my mom was like, hell no, we would have still just ran away and gotten married. So I don't think that
The gesture, though, is
the
sweet.
gesture's nice. It's respectful for the parent.
That's what
I
I
don't
think,
care.
too.
I mean,
I think it's a respect thing.
just wife them up, you know? You want to, it's your life.
Like, I remember asking my father-in-law
Yeah.
permission. Remember exactly where we were, and I was nervous as hell. But I think if I didn't do that, I think it would be an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
A
a
respect
societal
thing?
norm thing, too, about the parents. Like,
Right or wrong?
why is that an issue? It's not like yes, you're marrying into a family. That's where the respect comes in. But also, let's say you have a crappy relationship with your parents.
I think it's based on the person you want to marry's relationship with their parents.
Yeah, of course.
If they're tight, then it's like out of respect for that.
And I think it's a
bond.
sweet gesture.
Go do it.
honestly.
Yeah, I think it is honestly more about your relationship and your intent to have a respectful relationship with their parent. That's where it comes from for me.
That's what I mean. So if isn't that the same thing though?
No, I'm
like
saying
if she's
like-
like, I hate my dad. I'm like, oh, I gotta go hit this guy up and make sure he's cool with me marrying you.
But like Jerry wasn't asked. I mean, Jerry's been in my life since I was 11. He's been with me longer than my own dad has, and Jerry wasn't asked. I mean, he went straight to my mom. You know,
Jerry's
what does that mean? I'm gonna ask Jerry
Jerry
later
upset?
when I see him.
Yeah, see if Jerry was upset.
I'm like,
know.
put him on the spot.
But I mean, yeah,
Jerry's like, I was in the same restaurant
I
at a
was there.
different table, and he didn't even come over.
Pretended I wasn't there.
Really pissed me off.
Damn it.
Poor Jerry.
I know.
Jill made me go, wouldn't let me sit at the table. I was at the bar.
Get out of here, Jerry.
I love him so much.
I was eating a tower onion rings, watching Jill get respect.
Where do they go? Where do they go to lunch?
Ooh.
Red Robin.
You know what? I think it was 1111 Mississippi.
Damn.
In Lafayette, you know?
I didn't know
Nothing
they
but the
served
best.
lunch. I thought that was a
Oh, yeah,
dinner
they serve
only.
No, we've
lunch.
gone
What's
out for
that?
lunch there before.
You really wined and dined,
1111
Jill.
Mississippi. It's good.
That's my mom's
Well
favorite
played.
restaurant.
It's on Mississippi
Damn.
at
You're kidding.
1111.
I'm starting to think Jill was his backup
Yeah,
plan.
name.
Yeah, my mom knew what was that.
I'm trying to think your mom was Tim's backup plan. Took her to her favorite restaurant.
I know.
Was
Is he
like,
trying to date my mom? What's going on?
Hey, can I marry your daughter? No? Well, what's up with you?
What are you doing?
How you doing, Jill?
How's Jerry treating you?
What? Get the hell out of here.
I'm getting in this family.
So that was controversy. Woman proposes to man. Internet divided. I don't care. Again, in my life, thank God.
When you said it though, I thought men would be the ones that are all bummed.
No, it's
It was
again.
women.
Stop embarrassing all of us.
There is something very romantic about a man proposing to a woman.
Sure.
You know, having gone through it, it was beautiful. It was like, even though I knew it was coming, I didn't know when exactly. And he waited like a couple of months, which was hell. I was like, what is? And then we went. I swear to God. And then we went to go see the Rolling Stones. This is important for the story. Find out I'm getting engaged. I can't find the ring. Gotta just give it up. We wait for a couple of months. We go see the Stones up at the United Center in Chicago. Okay, we are staying in the same room as my mom and Jerry. Two queen beds in a room. Okay, we were poor. We didn't have enough money for our room. My mom lets out the biggest fart that has ever existed in the history of mom farts.
She's going to laugh this on the air.
Because she relaxed way too hard while we were watching, Jimmy Fallon. And I look at her, I go, what are you doing right now? Jerry's like, everybody shut up. And I thought, the fart is the reason that he's not proposing. He doesn't want to be a part of this gastric family.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like daughter, like
Fart
mom.
that ended a marriage.
it was, dude. And then like a couple months later, it all went down. It was great.
You thought it was going to happen because Rolling Stone, Stone in the Ring, Rolling Stones is your favorite. It's your mom's. I'm starting to think he was going to propose
you
to
know
your
what?
mom, dude. Like, Rolling Stones is your mom's favorite band.
Tim cannot get out of his mind that your mom
Past
farts a
gas?
lot. Yeah.
That was his first. That was his first experience with it. It's like a fun family story at this point. He didn't care. I mean, I did. I was mortified because we don't fart in front of each other, and so to have your mom just let one rip like that, I mean, it
fart barrier
was
was
devastating.
Jill let him know right up front. Like,
This is
who's
what
the
you're
one in his family?
marrying into.
There you go. Welcome to the club.
More of this. Where
Yeah.
expect more of this.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the club, baby boy.
Doctors have warned against, quote, prolonged vigorous bedroom antics after treating a patient with a potentially deadly injury to his genitals.
Oh no.
Potentially deadly.
Yeah, 53-year-old guy suffered inflammation in the main vein
What?
that runs along the shaft of the donger, which can lead to life-threatening blood clots.
Did they have to drain the main vein?
Yeah.
Drain that.
This
Nice.
guy had a Viagra-fueled rough sex session the previous night, which had caused extreme swelling on the undercarriage of his
Undercarriage.
phallus.
Nice scientific
The
term
skin
there.
was warm to the touch and tender with a visible bulge as a result of the buildup of fluid.
What's that?
The man was treated with anti-inflammatory drugs and made a full recovery within a couple weeks, but doctors are using this case as a warning.
What do you guys feel about the ED drugs? Like, I mean, we're all pretty young still in this crop.
I've never tried them.
I've had some friends try them, like some of my older friends, and it sounds terrifying, to be completely honest with you. I'm so happy I don't have a penis because
I got a buddy who's pushing it on me too. He's like, "Dude, you gotta try it."
That's
I'm like, "Why? I don't
wild.
have a problem."
I think these are outlying cases.
Okay.
Although,
To me, it just sounds awful. And then it's like,
why?
it just sounds like it's uncomfortable, and then it's going to last longer. Not like sex lasting longer, but like,
Oh,
I just get scared.
I don't
If you
know.
have an erection lasting more than 8 hours, see a doctor.
Right.
I just don't want to take a drug unnecessarily.
sure, I
but
understand.
I think a lot of this stuff, like this, we don't even know if this guy needed it. A lot of people take it recreationally, and they're like, "I'll take 2,
And that's
I'll
my-
go all night." And then
my
that's
buddy's pushing
the
this.
misuse of it is what probably causes a lot of this stuff.
He's
But
like, "You gotta
don't know.
try it."
I ain't
I don't
a doctor.
need it. I'm like, I'm good. He goes, "No, but it's great." But what? But
For what?
does it do it? Does it make it better? I don't understand. What
well, and that's like over.
does it
and then
cause?
what?
More sensation?
Like,
Is
are
that
you-
what it does? I've never used Viagra or Cialis
What?
or.
And like you stay. erect
At attention.
I don't
At
think that's
attention.
true, though.
And then the fun is over for one part of the party, and then what? You don't get to have the little celebration at the end of your time either. Like
I'm not sure
or-
it stays. I think it's like easier to come back.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think it's like stiff as a board for 4 hours.
like it never
If it is, you're supposed to go to the
gets
hospital.
to the
8 hours,
climax
they say.
of the experience.
Any
No, it's-
erection over 8 hours? Is it 4 hours?
I think it's 4 hours.
Whoa.
Well, the doctor said
I could be wrong. Some of my Viagra bros
I thought that's what the commercial
shoot me an
says.
email. It does. It's 4 hours.
4
Lasting
hours.
longer than 4 hours, seek medical attention.
That's just
doctor
so
again. The
annoying.
doctors here are using this case as warning. They say doctors should be very wary about prescribing Viagra to patients who are likely to have vigorous sex or have pre-existing damage to their genitals from intercourse. There are potential risks of this. Around 8,000 men in the U.S. suffer a penis injury every year.
True.
Is there
Fractures and trauma from penetration are the most common.
is there still a stigma around this? I mean, I know we are bombarded with ED commercials on the radio and on
I don't think
TV.
so.
Like, is there still a stigma attached to men having to need this
I don't know.
I don't
in
Maybe
your
for some people.
world?
I think it's so mainstream now.
Yeah, I would think so.
I don't think I've known any woman to have sex with a person who is using those drugs.
that they know of. I'm sure they're not walking out and advertising like,
Yeah, I mean,
They're not telling you.
check out what
I don't know. My
did."
friends and I talk about everything, so
No. I'm not
I
saying
feel like
them.
women
I'm
put
saying
more
the
of a
fellas.
stigma on it than men do.
I'm saying the fellas may not always be advertising.
I see
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm
So
sure
they
your
don't
gals
know.
are being honest with you, but who knows?
what they're doing in the
Yeah.
shadows.
Andrew says,
It's a
Riz, too
$14
quick to
billion
answer. I bet you he has tried them. I swear to God, I never have. In fact, I'm sorry, Lauren.
Yeah,
So we're at a Mexican resort, and they'll sell them like at the gift shop.
Yeah, because they're like
Spanish fly.
almost OTC down there or something.
It is. There are there's Viagra like boner pills behind at the gift shop, and I'm like, what do you think? She's like, you don't need that.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. I'm like, I don't want to take a chance.
Right. Could
What
screw
if something
everything
goes
up.
wrong?
I remember
If it goes right.
working with you, man, and Carl on the KC Morning Rock Show years ago. I was taking a day off, and one of the sponsors was Blue Chew. And the guys decided they were going to have a Blue Chew off while I was gone, so I didn't have to endure such things. And I think Carl and John did some Blue Chew for the duration of the 4-hour radio program.
And they had boners the entire time?
I think they did. I'll have to check with
Does
them.
that stuff work? Blue Chew?
Guess so.
I don't know. I have friends.
Blue
It's
Chew
never been
is it gum?
described to me that way by friends that use it. It's just kind of like works when you need it. It's not like a thing like you. I may be wrong, man. I don't know. My friends that take it always tell me like, you take it, and then if you're like horny and you're like aroused, it helps. But it's not like you take it and it's like Popeye spinach, and you're like, da-da-da-da-da-da. But maybe it is. Like maybe you're just walking around tent pole. I don't know what's going on. I especially think like because they have the other kind outside of Viagra. I think like Levitra and Cialis is like time released, isn't it? Because it's like you don't have to take them every day. Viagra you're supposed to take like right before, I think.
Yeah.
But there's like
Cialis-
daily. There's
Cialis
daily
you can
use.
take like and you're ready to go when you need it.
Yeah, because they have daily use ones. I see it on the commercials. So like if you can't just be if you're just going getting random NRBs. That's such a crapshoot to go through your day with.
Right.
I knew a
That'd be
dude that did
awful.
this. It must have been the Cialis one. It wasn't like the immediate one.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, and he loved it. He was always talking about how awesome it was. But we were like in our 20s or early 30s at this point. So he was using it for drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
but he was also the guy that was also trying to sleep with everybody else's wives.
Well, then,
Cool
but
guy.
then I hear you get dependent on
Yeah,
it. Like
real
if you
cool
take it
guy.
recreationally, then
Yeah,
you stop.
he had a lot of
You
issues
can
going
have a
on.
problem.
Is there, and I really am curious about this. So, aside from like the physical side effects of it, like I wonder if the O is even more intense for a man.
There would be no other reason to take it.
Unless
I've
it
been
was-
told no. I don't think it does that. I've never seen it on a list of side effects. Like,
Yeah, one would assume though.
right.
Yeah,
But wouldn't
I
they
thought that was part of
advertise
the
that?
thing.
You
They're
would
trying
think-
to sell this drug. If they were like, and
It makes
when
it
you
way
go,
better.
you're gonna lose your mind.
You're
You
right.
actually kill 9 brain cells every time you pass. Yeah, I would put it in right there in the commercial.
That's true. If they're not advertising
I
that
think it
and it's
more
a
helps with,
possibility,
like-
they're blowing it.
What?
Psychological and physical issues.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a ecstasy or like a party drug you take to be like when you're on the V, man, dude, it's crazy,
Man. Somebody on social media recently asked this question: what is something odd that you find attractive? And there were a lot of responses. And many of them were more wholesome than naughty, but here are some of the highlights I saw. So these are something odd that you find attractive, and maybe some of these responses will trigger something for you guys. When men or women build fires and stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
Somebody suggests it like triggers something primal in their brain, like, man, this person, it's such a turn on. This person could help me survive. Mm-hmm. When somebody remembers tiny details about me, like my coffee order or my irrational fear of pigeons.
It's the best.
A turn on for some people, men or women who actually read books in their free time. Math skills for others. People with good posture. People with unique physical characteristics. Unusual noses, imperfect smiles, crooked teeth, freckles, bigger ears, birthmarks, visible veins, sexy tendons. That's right, sexy tendons.
Sexy tendons.
Oh, I'm
cool
crushing
veins.
right now.
Someone who has a quick wit mixed with dark humor. Those people are the best to converse with.
My people.
Collarbones are underrated.
I love a collarbone. A clavicle, very cool.
One of the most beautiful parts of the form.
Especially on women. Women have beautiful clavicles.
Love a good neck. Necks are underrated for the ladies, in my opinion, anyway.
When somebody gets really passionate about a niche topic they love, like medieval shipbuilding techniques or the migratory patterns of birds, find that very attractive. Being courteous and nice to animals. Some people's voice when they're having a cold. Asthma. When somebody whips out their inhaler mid-conversation, I am immediately attracted to them.
Your wheezing is so hot.
Handwriting.
I got some. I just can't imagine somebody bringing out an inhaler like, oh, yeah, girl. I got some bad genes to pass on to our kids. You want to get up in here?
I don't know. Those are what's the attributes that people find, attractive.
I love gaps in teeth, like the front tooth
You've
gap.
said that before.
I think that is
like
so
the Michael
cute.
Strahan or the
Yes.
David Letterman.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
I just like really like unique looking people. You know what I mean? Like if you got a real unique look, I think that's awesome. Or
I don't know, man. If somebody said, "Wow, you have a unique look," I would take that as an insult.
yeah, for me, man, it's usually attractive.
Man, you have a unique look. Ooh,
Usually-
what's wrong
Yeah,
with
it
me?
can go either way, man.
Usually it's attractive. Like I think my wife is a really unique looking person, and I love that.
Burn.
It's super attractive. I think another thing for me too, and it's just as far as like attributes go, is when somebody can be quiet. You know what I mean? Like nothing turns me off more than somebody
Fill in the spaces.
like nervous talking, and like I'm just like, this isn't going to go well with my brain. I have enough nervous talking in my own mind.
Yeah.
I
don't
love
need
it
another voice.
when guys wear cut-off T-shirts. This is like the Hoosier, Southern Illinois part of my. I just can't get enough of the sleeves ripped off a shirt. I think it is the hottest freaking thing a guy can wear, and I hate admitting it, but I love it.
Sleeveless shirts, but not like tank tops, but like
They rip the sleeves off.
But you don't like the ones that come way down where like the nips are out, like the workout shirts, right?
Sometimes I like those. Like if a guy's like really built, that's cool.
And he's driving a tractor.
But they don't
man,
have to be
I
built.
like just ripping the sleeves out.
You just like the fact that there's no sleeves there.
I love arms.
Oh my
like,
God!
had a,
Don't let her drive through Jefferson
I had a
County.
Oh, dude, I
Good
do
God.
every Saturday just to get my rocks
I had a
off.
sleeveless summer a couple summers ago.
You did that?
Yeah, my first time, like sleeveless summer.
Look at
It
you.
was great.
It's awesome.
I loved it.
Yeah,
But not a
because
tank top.
we were doing tanks.
No, it was cut off. Cut off shirts.
Because there is a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but there is.
Cut shirts.
Yeah, a man in a tank can go wrong.
Yeah.
In fact, you would give me a Goldfinger shirt. It was an extra large. It was too big. I think I even asked you, like, hey, do you mind if I cut your shirt?
Nah, dude.
Oh.
And I wore it.
I
Rip 'em.
love
Like a loose, like larger than you really need cut off shirt in the summer.
Especially if it's
Best.
I love taking a T-shirt where they screwed up the sleeves. They come down to your elbow. You know, like the T-shirts, the Gildans.
Gildans.
But it's a cool shirt, but you're like, I can't wear this. It's too boxy. But you rip the sleeves off. It's a new product. It's a brand new
Yeah, and
product.
it's great for tooling around the house or doing work outside.
Going to a wedding.
Yeah.
Yes. Informal attire. We got to take a break. We'll come back with the sex toy of the week. Oh, don't forget you are listening for Oasis today. When you hear an Oasis song, and I will play a song from that band before we get out of here, make sure you take out your phone, open up that 105.7 The Point mobile app, and click Rafe's face for your chance to win $1,000 and your chance to host the morning show. Ignorant when it comes to
You're ignorant.
ED, medications, Viagra, Cialis. A bunch of people weighing in.
Yeah.
Just asking
Tim
questions.
writes, 37-year-old male who's one of those recreational Viagra users. To answer a couple questions you guys posed, the first O is usually not as intense. But the Johnson will usually stand at attention through and past it. I can usually get to 3 or 4 O's
Wow.
during a 1 to 2 hour recreational night. And every one past the first is much more intense.
Interesting.
I also have no issues with operation without taking it. Happy birthday, Riz.
I love the feedback.
All right, well,
good.
I do appreciate it. I'm ignorant. I don't know. I don't know. You want to spice up your love life? Try this. All right, Rafe. What have we got?
I'll tell you what, I got something for you. If you don't have money to use ED pills to keep the blood flow in, this little device has something that'll help you.
Oh.
It's the Rip-Off Harness Set. $25.
Rip-off harness set.
That's
All
right.
Rip off.
But it's not a rip-off.
I'm
It
usually
can
trying
be
to avoid
ripped off. $25.89 with 4.1 out of 5 stars on AdamandEve.com. Feel and look like an ancient gladiator.
Well, the movie's coming out, what, in 2 weeks?
Yes.
I thought it was already out.
The 22nd,
No.
this week.
Oh, no.
Get ahead of
Oh,
it.
it's this week?
Believe
Or next
so.
week?
Get ahead of
It's
your
the
wife's
22nd.
needs.
Oh, this week.
Or husbands. Based on gladiator-style costumes, the Rip-Off Harness Set adds a kinky look and feel to your bedroom that makes it ideal for role play and fantasy. The set includes 2 separate pieces. The top piece fits around your chest. Simply slip your arms through, and 2 sets of straps, leaving 1 strap running over your shoulder and the second running underneath your arm. Shiny metal rings in the front and back connect the straps together while leaving your chest completely bare. The bottom piece features an elastic waistband and adjustable metal snaps. The band comes with 2 rubber rings. 1 ring fits snugly around your dong to boost your girth and length, while the second fits around your boys to help increase your staying power. The rings are removable, so you can swap them out for your favorite penis ring or use them separately. The Rip-Off Harness comes in OS 28 to 42, which is made from 82% polyester and 18% spandex.
Polyester. Whoa.
Nice.
Nothing but
Fancy.
that.
And 18%
There's
spandex.
no expense.
The set is imported by Male Power and is machine washable and easy to care for. Here are a few reviews. Number 1, I am Sparta. Pros. The bottom piece has 2 rings for prolonging the urge to go too soon. My husband swears by this now. Very sexy, and you can wear both pieces or just the bottom half. Cons? There isn't anything I don't like about it. I mean, who doesn't love a man, mostly naked, with leather straps in his outfit? 5 stars.
Oh, my
Happy
God.
wife.
I can imagine walking into my bedroom wearing this.
Can't you?
Oh, my God.
Wasn't Mike Tyson wearing this on Saturday?
Yeah.
Or Friday?
Kinda.
What would your wife say if you unannounced just came in this outfit?
It would be.
Rings around your
Amazing.
dong and your balls.
It would be amazing.
Amazing in a good way?
I don't know.
Well, we ran
She'd
out
say,
of
take that off right now.
I
You'd
think
say,
we'd
you
both
take
have
it
a
off.
good laugh about it.
All right, more reviews. Now that we ran out of music bed, worth the money. 5 out of 5. She orgasmed when I walked in the bedroom wearing it. Okay.
It wouldn't be that.
Did she? I played a new role and submitted to her. For 2 hours, she took me in every way possible. She soaked everything and then finally took me to incredible climax. Yes! I would highly recommend this product. Satisfied guy, 5 stars. And finally, just to be fair, a 3 out of 5 star review, simply entitled Bummer. Wife didn't even acknowledge it. As with all the other products I've purchased from A&E. Disappointed husband. 3/5/2024. But what does this even mean? I want to talk about
that.
this.
That would be the me walking in, wearing this thing, and it not even being acknowledged.
Can you imagine walking in with nothing but a harness around your chest and your schwanz, and your wife just rolls over?
Just doesn't even acknowledge it.
This poor guy. And he's done it before. As with all the other products, it's like he's trying out all these different products, and his wife doesn't react.
How is that the product's fault?
Well, it's probably not.
That seems to be a him problem.
Yeah.
What if his
that
wife's
relationship's
blind?
just over with. You
Yeah.
know, she's not
It's
interested.
time to move on. She's not into it.
Maybe he's doing too much of this stuff. She's like, none of this thrills me anymore.
Honey, I'm a giant hot dog. All right.
Good night. All right, that's the sex toy of the week. Thank you. All right, listen, I'm going to play this Oasis song. Oasis is the band of the day. When you hear an Oasis song, not just right now, but throughout the entire day up until midnight, pick up your phone, open up your Point Mobile app, and you'll see Rafe's face. You click Rafe's face, you have a chance to win $1,000 and a chance to co-host the show with us one morning. So we'll play Oasis. We'll come back. Here's a thing for you to think about during the song. If the human race were wiped out, who's next up as far as who's in control?
Animal-wise?
Animal-wise. Should humanity be wiped out, what animal is next up? It's an interesting question. Now, I have an answer. One scientist did have a pretty good answer to the question. Who's going to take over? Should humanity be wiped out? Interesting answer. Maybe one you weren't thinking of, or maybe you are thinking about this. But all right, open up that Point Mobile app and punch Rafe right in the face. Chance to win $1,000 and a chance to co-host the morning show. It's The Point. Question before the break: should humanity go extinct? Who's next up? Who's taking over? And you guys had, different answers. Learn, you said
Bears.
Bears. Moon, you said
Mosquitoes.
mosquitoes. Rafe said
Raccoons.
raccoons. Scott, you said
Crows.
crows. And then there were
ravens.
people, guessing on the instant feedback. Dolphins was a good guess. Probably the closest guess of all yous. So a University of Oxford professor, smart guy, in an interview said, the next up, octopuses.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they are very smart.
Aliens.
Octopuses, next up. Yep. He says that octopus, one of the most resourceful creatures on the planet, making them more likely to overrun Earth than animals like birds or insects, which, while intelligent beings lack the fine motor skills needed to construct a civilization.
I'm sorry. So how is it that if we're gone, somehow octopi are going to flourish?
I mean, birds build houses.
Are we keeping them down?
I think they're just observing us. I really do feel like they're aliens.
He said octopuses, on the other hand, are a potentially better candidate for filling an ecological niche in a post-human world.
They know how to open jars.
Their ability to solve complex
There are
problems.
no more jars.
Their ability to solve complex problems, communicate with one another in flashes of color, manipulate objects, and even camouflage themselves with stunning precision suggests that given the right environmental circumstances and conditions, they could evolve into a civilization-building species following the extinction of humans.
Wow. And they get so much more done, because they have 8 arms.
8 arms, man.
That's a good point.
Is this under the notion that
Tentacles.
perhaps more of the Earth will be covered by water, so they'll have more?
No, I mean, they could
opportunity?
evolve to, eventually...
Or you think they're just going to up and walk up, develop bones?
Evolution, according to the professor, those qualities, in tandem with their advanced neural structure and remarkable problem-solving skills, make octopuses able to adapt to a changing planet.
I want to see more shoes.
I don't know, man.
That's interesting.
When they wash up on shore, they look pretty useless.
That's a fact.
They're going to have to develop some sort of endo or exoskeleton if they want to walk
Ain't
around.
trying to hate on I, for one, welcome our octopi overlords, but they get about 3 feet out of the water, and They ain't looking great.
Now, he does say, he's speculating. And he says octopuses are unlikely to adapt to life on land because of their lack of skeletons, which makes swift and agile movement out of water challenging. But it is possible for the animals to evolve to do so. But
better get some bones on you.
so
Y'all got to get some bones.
these creatures, some reaching up to 20 feet in length and weighing about 110 pounds, could potentially construct underwater communities resembling cities that we see on land, but it may take them hundreds of thousands or even millions of years to evolve to do this.
I'm so glad I'm part of this time and I don't have to date an octopus, though. Can you imagine? Their mouths are on the bottom.
Is it where they poop too?
Yes. No, I don't know.
You would
Bad
have
kissing.
you'd have a bottom mouth. You would be an octopus.
I'd wear lipstick if I were an octopus. That's for
too.
damn sure. Have 8 different shades. Cool.
I just imagine 2 octopi getting in a fight in an IKEA. It gives me hope. An underwater
you're
IKEA, just getting in a fight over whether or not to buy, which dresser to buy.
Well, just imagine whatever structures we have now, and octopuses just
Hanging out.
At the QT,
Hosting a radio show.
hosting a radio show.
Getting arrested.
Yeah, getting drunk at a comedy show.
Yeah.
throwing up
Puking everywhere.
over the first couple rows.
That lady did resemble an octopus in a lot of ways.
All right, we got time for a couple emails, Moon, if you would. RichShow1057thepoint.com.
Emails are brought to you by Kloss Furniture. Lowest prices guaranteed. We have something for everybody. Let's start with the entertainment reviews. Good morning, beautiful boy. Beautiful and
Beautiful
boys.
boy. Oh, okay.
Good morning, beautiful
Oh.
and boys.
So nice.
In your opinion, which solo performance was better? Eddie Van Halen's Eruption or Prince's solo at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Tom Petty and crew? Sent from Learns Cats.
That wasn't a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing. That was the tribute to George
It
Harrison.
was a tribute. Yeah, it was a George Harrison tribute. But was it at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know, but Prince did rip that
I
guitar
think it
solo
was.
right in front of all of them, where Tom Petty looked over like, whoa.
Yeah.
Both of them were
It was
sick.
epic.
Both of them were so good, and so their own style. That's where my opinion lives as far as solos go. Everybody kind of has their own style. So better is kind of like not really the word to be used. What I would say, and this is how I've always judged solos, if a solo either captures the attention of people that don't play guitar or is singable, then it's an excellent solo. Think about your favorite solos on earth.
Yeah.
It's because you want to mouth them. You can sing them. They're super impressive or fast or melodic or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, everybody wants to solo it with your mouth.
They do say, Eddie Van Halen's Eruption is probably the greatest guitar solo put down on a record of all time. As far as live performances go, this baby, here, listen to this. Yeah.
That is nowhere near even Prince's best solo because objectively speaking, those are all very simple voicings. Those are the basics of solos. So it's not a solo as far as like a 10 out of 10 for difficulty. That is where Van Halen smokes everybody. Because it'd take you an extra decade. You could master that years before you could ever touch what Eruption was doing.
I just like how modest Prince is about. I mean, he's modest, but he's also flashy because, like, of course, Eddie Van Halen is a guitar god, but Prince, you don't even hear people talk about him.
It's terribly underrated.
Terribly underrated.
That's
Well,
the
you
shame.
think so?
And so he comes
Prince
out
as
and
as a
just
guitarist?
Maybe to the
smokes
lay
the
person.
whole.
The guitar world knows.
There's so many legends on
public
this freaking
doesn't.
stage. He comes
Yep.
out there, steals the entire. George Harrison's son is on stage, which
Yep.
is so sweet. Nobody talks about that. Here comes Prince. I mean, it gives me goosebumps.
Oh, on stage
to
with
watch
Steve
it.
Winwood, Jeff Lynne, Tom Petty,
Danny Harrison.
And they,
Harrison, all smiling.
that's my argument for Prince. You just made it. Also, didn't do it in rehearsal.
Yeah, didn't do it in a rehearsal.
Blew them all. This was an improvised guitar solo on a live performance because you can see it on their faces. Like, hey, this
Holy
dude's
crap.
gone off script, and they just let him go, and he was just feeling it in the moment, and no one expected it. He kind of, everyone expects Eddie Van Halen to rip, and I know that the level of difficulty, but like all of those things made this performance really special. That he came out, it was improvised. No one knew. I don't think people realized at that time what a great guitar player he actually is, and just blowing everybody away both in the audience and on stage.
Dude,
Which-
if
It's pretty cool.
if you say top 10 guitarists of all time, nobody says Prince.
Well, and also, which
Depends on who you ask.
performance are they talking about with Eruption?
true.
Just the recorded performance of Eruption? Because he said solos. This was a particular moment in time live. Like, give me an Eddie Van Halen moment live that was spectacular. That wasn't on a record. That was actually live. That just where he came out and he flexed a little bit.
You could watch any of those.
Well, that's what that is. That is basics being flexed, so you guys are super impressed. And I'm not saying it's not great, but Prince, if actually asked to do a solo, would smoke that solo 200 times over any day of the week. Even Prince could smoke that. That was those were the basics being delivered. Whereas Eruption is not the basics. It was a genre-changing thing. I mean, there were tools and sounds being used in that people can't pull off, much less we're doing already.
So by that definition, would you say Yngwie Malmsteen's the best guitarist of all time?
No, not at all.
He can play stuff that nobody can play. Right? Or am I wrong about that?
I don't know. There's a few guys. I mean, there's a lot of guitar players out there. And I think if Randy Rhoads had lived to be 40, we'd still every single day be talking about him being the best.
He came to my mind, too.
Old-timey guys, too, like Chet Atkins or... You can't touch that.
I mean, shredder guitar players.
Those guys are the
I'm not
best.
taking away from Prince. I'm just saying that particular performance is...
It's amazing. And he threw his guitar up in the air. I don't
It
think it
never
ever
came
landed.
down. Yeah.
it's still up
Seriously,
there.
it's still up
just
there.
hovering somewhere.
Rolling Stone magazine puts him as the 14th greatest guitar player of all
With Eddie Van Halen being number one.
Keith Richards, 15. Prince, 14. Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath, 13.
Keith
Jimmy Nolan,
Richards,
12.
15.
Carlos Santana, 11. Dwayne Allman, 10. Joni Mitchell, 9. B.B. King, 8. Nile Rodgers, 7. Sister Rosetta Tharpe at 6.
I mean, there's
Jeff
some
Beck, 5.
there's some players out there
Eddie
that
Van
are,
Halen, 4.
Oh, no. Satriani.
They left Brad Paisley off that
Jimmy
list.
Page, 3.
Okay.
Chuck
Jimmy.
Berry, 2.
Jimi Hendrix.
Jimmy Page.
Jimi Hendrix, 1.
Jimmy Page beat Van Halen.
According to the Rolling Stones.
Strange. That must
4
be
and
like
3.
the most influential guitar players or something like that. I'm not sure about it.
Great,
And Lukather
250
wasn't on that.
greatest guitarists of all time.
Yeah, but greatest is like, that's a bigger, broad term. That means impact. That means
Wouldn't
skill. That
Lukather
means
be...
like, oh, dude, there's Lukather,
top
Nuno
dog.
Look at
Betancourt. I mean,
it's
you've got
all 250. I'm sure he's on the list somewhere.
yeah. There's
Well,
a
it should be
collection
number
of guitar
1 or
players that
2 or-
only guitar players know.
Yeah, but I think and I don't mean any disrespect here. Eddie Van Halen was a genius
And innovative.
and very innovative. But as far as being a performer, to me, David Lee Roth was the focal point of the flair of that band. Unfortunately, like there was amazing things happening behind David Lee Roth's
Fortunately,
front man demeanor. I feel like Prince.
I'll tell you all about it.
Prince and Jimi Hendrix, they bring some flair to what they're doing. Like Jimi Hendrix lighting his guitar on fire and just all of the things that were happening in addition to playing like a genius was so cool to me. That's what makes guitarists so legendary.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
subjective.
For
It's all
sure.
subjective. But
Corey
hey, if you-
Feldman on that list?
He did not make. If you have a chance, though, watch
Good question.
that tribute to George Harrison and While My Guitar Gently Weeps. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Moon will finish us out with sports. It's 9:27. It is Monday. Traffic and weather. All right, Moon.
Sports.
What's the word?
Brought to you by Jack and Coke, the popular cocktail, now available in a ready-to-drink can. The Blues outshot the Hurricanes 30-24, but still lost by 3 goals for the 5th time this season. Hurricanes beat the Blues 4-1. The Blues play the Wild tomorrow night here in St. Louis at 7 p.m. One of the most hyped boxing matches of all time was a complete dud. As many expected, but some of us totally bought the hype.
Yeah.
Hook, line, sinker.
Me.
You got me. You got us. Screw you, Netflix. Screw
Netflix,
you, the whole thing.
You suck for the buffering problems.
Are you done?
Am I done what?
You guys fell for the
no.
hype.
We'll
will
forget.
you, the next Jake Paul fight, if he fights Conor McGregor or whoever, will you fall for the hype again, or will you learn your lesson?
Probably.
I only
I
fell
will.
for this one because of Mike
You learned
Tyson.
nothing.
It wasn't the Jake Paul crap that I cared about. I didn't see the Woodley fight. I didn't see any of the
well,
other
if
fights.
he fights someone you care about, will you fall for it again, or do you think you're over?
I'm not sure I care about anybody except for
I know
Tyson
me.
as far as this world goes.
I know me. I get hyped up around these like boxing.
I want him to
MMA
be
Did you forget
fine.
what happened? You won't remember this.
Conor McGregor won't take a dive. I'll tell you
Scott
that.
like watching people punch each other.
Yeah, right. Listen, if there's a chance that Tyson could do it, then anybody can do it.
Hey, the John Bones fight the next night, the MMA fight was amazing.
I don't even know what that is.
It was the UFC.
Yeah, but which one is John Bones?
Probably the greatest fighter of all time.
He's really good.
Why is it that I hear that every 7 months about somebody else?
Nah, he's been around a while.
You want to
His
talk
name
about
is
a hype
John
machine, the
Bones?
greatest
John
fighter
Bones
of all time.
Jones.
John Bones
Cool
Jones.
name to have from
You
birth.
see that kick to the stomach?
Yeah.
Just
Was
put
that the
guy down.
combos that he did? All those crazy combos in one thing, and they ended with the kick.
Put the
Is that
guy
what I saw?
down.
He's a gymnast.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Tyson is not a gymnast, and it was very, very easy to see.
was
The dude
awful.
could hardly move his legs. 27-year-old Jake Paul was either unwilling or unable to finish an opponent more than twice his age that could hardly walk. Now, we did learn recently in an interview that Tyson was saying that he lost half of his blood, had 8 blood transfusions, and all sorts of stuff. That was the medical thing that prevented the fight from happening this summer. So clearly, like he was working out after that just to try to even make this fight happen, not win this fight. Whatever. It was.
It was the whole thing was a disaster.
Even if the
Netflix,
thing
you
was
should be
great,
ashamed.
yeah, I was gonna say an estimated 60 million people watched the fight. So says Netflix, but Netflix also screwed everybody with constant freezing, constant buffering. Hashtags like Netflix broken, unwatchable, and buffering were trending the entire night. But we did get to see Tyson's bare butt, and that was pretty tight.
Yeah,
It was super tight.
Inside the
Experience or his butt?
Oh, both. No,
Okay.
yeah, I doubled up. Inside the NBA has been saved. TNT will license the show to air on ESPN and ABC next season as part of the settlement between Warner Brothers Discovery and the NBA, according to the Wall Street Journal. Now, Warner had sued the NBA for not accepting a matching offer for an 11-year rights deal. Inside the NBA was on TNT since 1990, the very first year the network began broadcasting pro basketball games. And finally, ex-NFL star Adam Pac-Man Jones landed in jail in Arlington for the Tyson-Paul fight. He was arrested while in his hotel early Saturday morning for alleged public intoxication, resisting arrest, evading arrest, and assault on a police officer. The former Titan, Cowboy, Bengal, and Bronco denied all the charges, and his rep says, like thousands of other people in Dallas, Pac was in town for the fight and was just enjoying himself, spending time with the fans. Pac-Man was returning to his hotel to wind down for the evening. He was not looking for trouble, yet found himself being charged with assault on a police officer. Hey, NFL Pickem Challenge, good freaking news. The Riz Show becomes victorious with a total of 43 to 41 before the Monday night game. Doesn't matter. Everybody across the board has the Texans. Me and Riz led here with 10. Rafe followed it up with, or he tailed it up with 7. He already took his shots. If you missed him, make sure you check the podcast or watch the video after the show is over. I'm Moon, and that's your sports, because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
Thank you. All right, that is it for us. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, make sure you're listening for Oasis throughout the day.
That's right.
It's Rafe's week for Face the Music, so today he picked Oasis. If you hear an Oasis song throughout the day, make sure you open up your Point Mobile app, tap Rafe's face, a chance to win $1,000.
Tap
Chance to co-host the show. All right, Moon, what is today's podcast title?
Scott, what is today's podcast title?
Grandpa's Yam Bags.
Fantastic.
Of course. How could it be anything else?
That is the perfect one.
All right, Moon, what else?
December 7th, we got Punk Rock Christmas coming up, 3 p.m. and a 8 p.m. show. But you got to check out Mr. Holiday, the new single from our band, The Misfit Machine, in anticipation for that show. It is on YouTube. Just look up The Misfit Machine or Mr. Holiday. You'll see my face with some Christmas wreath glasses as the thumbnail. But people are loving it. We played a show over the weekend, the Teenage Dirtbags did, and people are like, dude, that's a great Christmas song. So I'm really excited. We're really proud of it. We have an EP coming out around it in the next day or two on Spotify, but check out Mr. Holiday, the YouTube video. I think you'll love it.
Learn.
Follow me at Learn Versus Radio. I'm everywhere. I got cats. My band is cool, and I'd love to have you. Thanks.
Okay, Rafe.
Cool band.
Cool
Cool
band.
cats. Thanks to everybody who came out this weekend. The Flyover Festival was a huge success. All the shows were sold out almost exclusively. So thanks to the city of St. Louis for coming out and supporting the fest. And all the comics from all over the country were like, man, St. Louis is a cool city, and that's where it's at. That's a reflection of you guys.
Got
Even the
them all
puker.
fooled.
You know what? Even you. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, if you got video of the woman puking at the Steve Fallon,
Please send it to me.
Send it to us, please.
And if you know her, identify her to me.
Scott.
Follow me at King Scott Rules.
Okay. I am at the brand new Hot Shots Limburg on Friday from 7 to 9. Your chance to win And your only chance to win 2 free tickets to Riz Show Night at the Blues game, January 16th over at Enterprise, and your chance to get those coveted co-branded Blues Riz Show jerseys. That's this Friday, 7 to 9, all new Hot Shots on Lindbergh. All right, we'll leave you with a selection from our Team Riz Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shots. From St. Clair, Christina Graham is our Team Riz Member of the Day.
Christina.
And she wants to hear this song. Here it is. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Energy up.